Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy Dark. Along with my squad here, we got Skorpian, we got Hi, I'm Disturbia. Welcome everybody. Yes.
Hello everyone.
So we got Kizuki Reborn versus Toxicnifear. Looks like we're getting started here. Sham versus Talopo. Let me make sure I got the table placements right. Let's do it. So we got magnets.
Against
maybe,
magnets,
yeah. So it's
looks like we're kicking off with a magnet mirror right here.
Okay. He said Mike Doodoo. What is going on with my mic here?
I hear you just fine. I don't know
You know what? I know exactly what's wrong.
There's some problem with the stream?
My mic is one-sided.
Oh. I hear you just fine on Discord though.
Yeah.
Maybe something with OBS maybe?
You know, yeah, I'm fixing it right now.
Alright, good. So, a magnet mirror.
How we sounding
Not
now?
surprising.
I'm not so one-sided anymore, I feel like. So we got beta gamma set up already, ready to go. So it's the new skill to. I don't think I've ever seen Mind Scan. I don't think I've seen Mind Scan.
It's actually been getting popular for magnet players for Mind Scan.
You can see
Been getting popular. Allows you to legally cheat, as you would like to say. Seems exactly the back row. Magnet mirror is not something you'd see often in the starter, I guess, but like the deck has been getting a lot more popular. It has been valued higher and higher by teams so far. With the changes in the meta around it, the deck has really become pretty good. And, it looks like Talopo did not open very well, just beta gamma pass, while a Sham is about to go off. Magnetic field,
he's looking mad good right now, right? Field course sets everything up for him. So let's see what.
In 26 cards, you generally see magnet players play only like one field spell. I don't know if Mind Scan variants maybe play more copies of the field spell. Because like you can use it to D-draw target. It's not you don't play D-draw, but so maybe they play more copies. But still, like it's an insanely good card for the grind game. The ability to continuously recycle just XYZ over and over. Like it's already looking pretty good for Sham. And Talopo's hand does not look great. He did not. Neither player actually opened any back row, with the exception of the field spell.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Sham
though,
has the one up with the field card on him and the extra magnet. So definitely seeing a. Oh, good.
But I can understand to also use the mechanic of send cards from the deck to the grave and just be able to go for a class of Berserk and so much point against PCs, for example.
yeah.
Actually, I think even if it's like D-draw, you will see the same amount for the field spell.
Most likely, yeah, most likely. You generally don't want to open more than one field spell, sometimes you don't want to open any, because sometimes just open one monster, and if it's not a delta, it's not great, so usually you want to see revival traps, so you can actually survive your opponent's push, and then you go in with the Berserkian on the next turn, which might be what Talopo is about to do right now. He already has everything in his graveyard, but I don't believe we have seen him search a Berserkian just yet. So, yep, there is the Alpha, a prismatic one at that, and he's going to be searching the Berserkian. He does have quite a few removal in his graveyard as well. I wonder if he'll be able to make a push for lethal here.
There's a chance. I mean, it looks like he already has his own Berserkian set up. And,
he's like...
Yeah,
yep, he shows his own field spell now.
Yeah, he's about to put that bad boy to work too. So we're starting off with Alpha. Let's see if we got more coming. Yep, it looks like it. So we got the magnet.
He's gonna be reviving something from the graveyard.
Oh yes.
Choose
the Gamma, great choice because it looks like we're about to get some Swarm action. Does he have some friends to summon?
Probably does. You can fairly assume that his hand is just full monsters at this point.
Yeah, right.
Turn one, right?
No
back row. Oh, Beta gets Beta. Beta will allow him to switch even more. There's a chance that Tolopo can just straight up force lethal this turn. He has so much fodder. He has 2 deltas in the graveyard. He can even put more materials in the graveyard if he chooses to XYZ right here, which he'll most likely do right now. Question becomes, does he have enough to push through 2 tag outs to force game?
So as it stands right now in his graveyard, he does have 2 deltas, so that's already 2 pops. So not enough to clear the board, but per se, but he can definitely, bait out tags, etc.
Also begs the question, is Champ playing any hand traps? Because we do see Kite Range from Magnus quite often. He does go into the Gorgonic side, right?
That's how you can almost feel safe without going in, but not quite. Because, there might be that random guy who runs the hand trap. You just never know until you actually go in.
Kite Range can ruin the day of any deck pretty much.
Unsuspecting people, right? Who are just overextending.
But regardless, it's still looking pretty good for Tolopo here. He does have the Gorgonic Guardian and a Berserkion, so this is a pretty strong board. He's gonna be using Berserkion probably to pop the field spell. Yeah, removes the field spell. He's not won any more grind games with Champ.
Yeah, I got a field card and you don't, basically. So he's sitting comfortable. There goes the tag outs we were talking about in the section. And Gorgonic Guardian gonna negate the boy.
He's chaining to hit the Gamma, forces out the tag earlier on. He's forcing out the tag because he had to tag out right there, otherwise
he's gonna overlay a Gaia. It feels kind of early that he went that he tried to change the effect.
No, I think I see what he's trying to do. He was trying to force out the Delta to tag out soon so he can remove it, and now he is threatening lethal on the board. Does Champ have any hand traps? It does not look like it, and Tolopo just hates
Tolopo just looked him in the eye. He was like, yo, you don't have it.
Yeah, Tolopo decided that, like, we ain't playing around Kiteroid. We're not scared. He just decides to go in and it works out. It was looking weird for Tolopo because his hand was looking weaker at first. But he did just, like, with the magnetic field, just got a ridiculous board on the field, and he was able to push through 2 tag outs. Just to show you why Magnus is regarded super highly.
Music is super loud compared to others. I'm out here destroying eardrums right now. I'm sorry.
You can destroy my eardrum any day of the restart.
Hey.
Alright. Cam with the most likely Melodious as a second deck. An understandable counter to Magnus.
What are you, Psychic?
Duel!
Yeah, because when you see Zuzu, you're like, oh man, I don't know what deck this is.
I
There's no way it's Melodious,
like
right?
The sound of this, that's what I see.
This is too mainstream.
Let's see if I can
think I went all you like watching TV, then realized that it was also doing a light. I'm gonna remember I cried when I saw that.
No way.
I had that in one Team Wars.
What is wrong with people?
You know,
Why would you play
if you
Luna
want to
Light
play
such
Luna
as-
Light Master of Fusion, you can go for Yuzu. That's one thing you can do. Go for the debate.
Hey,
This is 26 cards though, so I don't believe there's any debate unless there's some mad lad who's actually playing 26 card Luna Lights. I don't even know if you have enough Luna Light cards to play a 26 card deck. Everything is on the ban list.
I mean, I guess maybe you could play Lightsworn to be able to send some Luna Lights in the graveyard, but at that point it's not like that easy even to build a deck, so I think it's so risky.
So you're gonna have to be throwing up so many random cards.
it feels kind of hard. It feels kind of hard to
Yeah.
throw together a Luna Light deck with Lightsworn because it's very sacky. It's like, I guess you getting off your Luna Light effects, it just feels kind of sacky.
It was
like,
actually
I
played
hope I
for-
mill this.
It was actually played briefly. There is a Beast Warrior Lightsworn monster, so you would search it with Denki and then use Solar Recharge to draw.
True.
It was played briefly. Not sure how successful it was. I believe it was played in the last Worlds tournament.
It could
I don't know.
be.
Is it called the
I'm not too
TCG?
familiar.
I believe it might have been -1 who played it. In any case, the Melodious player is threatening Shuberta, so Tolopo is emptying his graveyard, trying to get some searches, but Sham has a pretty strong opening. You always want to see it. Whenever you see that first movement solo, you know you're in for a good duel.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
there's
strong
one thing
opener.
I'm trying to understand, because eventually we're going to be seeing Shuberta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
it feels
Shuberta
like
can
we
do
are.
a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
So, Shuberta is just like a menace for Magnets, like just being unable to ever get enough materials in the graveyard to pop off with Berserkion is a problem. Sham goes with the Shuberta with one back row.
Yeah,
Still
being able to
pretty
chill on the
decent.
Shuberta, definitely a high pressure move because he's definitely gonna be scared to put that magnet set up in the grave. So Shuberta definitely gonna apply some pressure on this man right now.
Okay, this beta is going to the graveyard. It's might not. Maybe he will want to tag out, but I don't know. If you
Doesn't
tag
wanna
out here,
tag
you're just
I
gonna
guess,
get him
right,
more
it is a
stuff to
dead
banish.
delta.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Which
So he
is-
doesn't want to tag out for the sake of just having a smaller graveyard to not allow him to banish more monsters.
Oh, so Sham just gonna banish right now. He's like, you
He
know what?
banishes
Just
right
deal with
now.
him right now. That's fair.
He banishes right now because Tolopo added Alpha to his hand, and there is the risk that Tolopo already had Berserkion, so he could have just summoned Berserkion right away with the Alpha in hand and the Beta Gamma in the graveyard. So Sham did not want to take that risk. I believe it was a pretty smart play. Now Tolopo is gonna go for the Gamma. So I guess he opened multiple Gammas because I was kind of confused as to why to summon Gamma didn't summon anything else. He must have opened multiple Gammas. There's the Alpha that he searched. Prismatic one again.
Oh,
Most
yeah,
likely going to be
that's
seeing a
shiny.
rank 3 play here. Gorgonic Guardian is still pretty good. Sham needs a pretty good back row here, otherwise Gorgonic Guardian can put in some serious work. Shuberta already used its effect, so Tolopo can actually start using his graveyard now, and if he can block another Shuberta from coming onto the field,
Then he's just
might-
clearing.
he's
it looks like
golden.
he'll be paving
He's
the way
golden.
to- Yep, exactly. Right, a little
There's
bit of
some
a
delay
standoff
now.
here, right? Sham over here thinking. Actually, not even Sham, unless it's his delay. Nope, it is not. So yeah, he is
that's the
gonna.
Gorgonic Guardian.
Yeah, give him that young Exceed Shokan. We got the Gorgonic Guardian coming out. Right, such a good card for Magnets, man. Does so
Oh, yeah.
much while still putting Magnets in the grave, but on top of that,
This
man,
card was a huge boost to
for,
Magnets on Sword.
right, for such a
It was-
low attack, it really does hold
I know,
its
right?
own on
It
the
is
board.
actually probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest XYZ monsters we have. Like, it does so much.
That's fair, yeah. I
actually
definitely
does
agree
so
with that.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the magnetic field. Tolopo
Oh.
can revive and actually try to go for lethal right here. Sham, that back row better be something good, my friend.
Yeah, we got some drowning calls in chat, and I feel that this is definitely one of the situations. We can't really see the delay on Sham's side, but I mean, if he attacks directly and that delay pops up, we know he's
We know
taking
there's
a
gonna
walk.
be a drown.
I mean, it could be, maybe it's a sort of like team body where he's waiting until the Gorgonic destroys the monster. Else it could be an
Could be
I guess.
potentially. I mean, the thing is also Gorgonic is really good at playing around score because it can just put the monster to 0 and then remove it for free, so you never really have to worry about score.
Exactly.
I'm certain.
Well,
Any
especially
Shuberta
if
pops
there's
in
just one
chat.
monster on the
Nah,
field,
they're
then
all on the
Gorgonic
field right
translate
now,
easily.
possibly.
I'm surprised he hasn't decided to try to remove the Shuberta yet. Okay, there it is. Now he's gonna try to remove the Shuberta. Is that a Super Buddy face down? Super Team, Super Buddy. Okay,
Oh yeah, there goes the
is,
Shuberta pop.
it isn't, or it was, and it was a grave misplay, but it probably not. There are, like, we can't tell as spectators, but there are some delays, so I am inclined to believe that it's a live back row. Could be a Necrofusion, maybe?
Yeah.
Potentially?
Possibly.
Or
It's
it,
definitely one of
could
those
be
things that you have to
Gorgonic.
kind of put in the equation. But
Yeah.
I feel like they're known to run like drowning and stuff like that, or they have the room too. They definitely
They have the
got-
room for everything.
Got
They have the
Tolopo
room for
thinking in like
everything.
12 different. So it is the Necrofusion.
Is the Necrofusion, yep. Question
yeah,
is, what does Shem go
Definitely
for
not
here?
too bad for Tolopo here.
He does make another Shuberta.
Shubi,
The what?
the Shubi.
You call her... Oh, there is... Oh, the magnetic field,
Yeah.
though, is gonna put in work. Is gonna actually remove the Shuberta.
Right. Okay,
chooses
so he's
clear the
gonna do the
graveyard.
banish for funskis. making sure that making sure.
Oh, that's some fat damage. That is some fat damage.
Yeah. You know, if you're going in, you got to bet your all on it, and he definitely did that. He's still alive, so I think that's still a fair push, sitting at 23. Sham's definitely got to make a move here.
And speaking of movements, there's the first movement solo.
Actually, I'll do a first movement solo. He's going to sing about it. What a guy.
Adds back the score.
Oh, my God. So already, you know, threatening lethal right now. And we got the double.
I think that's lethal.
So
that's going to be lethal because he's going to pressure the Gorgonic. And by the way, you know, you play Magnets, generally you have cards such as Powerful Rebirth and Team Body, so you're trying to revive the monsters. And he's just going to force the Gorgonic to reduce one of the monsters to 0.
And then he's going to swing with the other one, with the score. Tolopo needs like a protective, like he needs that to be like a Book of Moon or something to save his life.
Yeah, Book of Moon would be extremely helpful here too. Something to really just deal with the Gorgonic. The Gorgonic is just living his best life, just putting that pressure. Just gonna make a cancel and just
nothing? Anything? Question mark? It is Book of Moon!
Oh my goodness.
And he actually does survive. And now Sham is in a very tough spot again. He has two Sopranos on the...
Not looking too good for
no, it's not looking too hot. It is not looking too hot. There's still a magnetic field on the board. Still putting a lot of pressure. He's gonna fill up his graveyard yet again. He still has a Berserkion in hand if I'm not mistaken. And now the Berserkion can actually be slapped on the board.
Yeah,
he does have all 3 materials in the graveyard.
That graveyard is looking mighty healthy.
Yes, it is. Chooses to revive the beta. I'm not sure if that was his best option, actually.
Right.
I still think it's a good one because...
I thought he would revive the Delta to get an XYZ.
He said, you know what? I'm going to just fire off with this Berserkion right now.
It actually doesn't matter.
He could have got, I mean, definitely could have probably got like maybe a magnet in the grave or something, but fair enough.
Whatever gets him to 2 removals is good enough.
No matter how we add it up, right? It's still lethal on board, and he's going for it. Tolopo taking game.
Tolopo.
Ooh.
That was a huge win, taking out a Melodious counter pick as Magnets. It's never an easy feat, but he did open really, really strong. The field spell, the Book of Moon, very, very strong opener. And Tolopo putting his team on the board in a 2-0 lead, already taking out one very strong, like, you could argue maybe a hard counter in Melodious.
Yeah, I definitely.
Huge victory over here, and Kizuki now have to think, what is going to be their answer to this Magnets? Are they going to be sending in another Melodious, or are we going to be seeing some other creative counter pick? Because I think it's with this meta, when you have like so many decks that are viable, there are teams that bring like these rogue hard counters that sometimes maybe only work just to trade 1 for 1. But sometimes you just want to end the streak of a certain deck. You know, maybe your lineup is weak to a certain deck, so you want to bring a rogue hard counter that has a really good matchup, even if it does not have strong matchups across the board, just to make sure that that deck does not streak on you. So you try to get rid of this Magnus, for example, and try to balance it out with other decks. Yo, bro, Mike Ho coming in.
Oh boy, here we go.
Are we gonna be seeing a TG? I don't even know if TG is a good option here, but we know our...
I think we will.
I think it will be a good
I don't think it's a terrible option. I feel like back row definitely does. I feel like back row definitely does really good against Magnets. Like, you definitely want something that can stop the Berserkion, or like something that you can hold on to, you know, hope it doesn't get dire with kind of deal.
Yeah,
I feel like when there's no back row, I feel like Magnets are just living their best life, and I feel like that's definitely something that contribute to why they're doing, like, popping up all over the place.
Remember back in the day when you leave Delta on the field, it would actually clog them? But now they're like, hey, thanks for the XYZ material.
Right, they over there, they're doing their tag team action, they're turning into werewolves, and they're popping all our threats now.
I know.
So,
like, we used to just leave a Delta on the field and they would cry because they've been able to summon Berserker and say, like, hey, yo, XYZ showed
like, yo, I could just sit back and just be like, yo, okay. Berserkion comes out, okay, now it's time to activate the back row and you just deal with the Berserkion. Now it's a little bit more intricate to deal with.
Yeah,
So I'm actually surprised they went for the Melodious matchup.
Yeah, I'm
Still, I
like,
definitely still feel like Magnets can definitely win this, but I feel like they have to tech their way out of it rather than just do what they normally do.
I mean, you need protective back row because your revivals are a lot of time gonna be dead because of Shuberta just clearing your graveyard. It's exactly what he had. I'm not sure how many books he's running. Maybe that is just like one of the. Maybe it's even a one-of, but it's unlikely. But like he did draw it exactly when he needed, which was great for Tolopo. Mike, another Melodious gamer opening the first movement solo. He's gonna be getting his full combo here. He's gonna be able to Shuberta, but he's actually gonna be able to have a Shuberta plus another body potentially on the board, which is wait for him right here. Unless Tolopo has something to stop the Shuberta.
Well,
Question mark?
everything is still going.
Does not look like it. These are potentially just revival traps over here.
yeah, probably.
we got
them is
Cosmic
like a
Flare
bit
with the
more
Tongue Twisters in trap.
You've been playing too much Master Duel for your own good, my friend. Also, false. This can't be Master Duel. The first turn took less than 15 minutes, so it cannot be Master Duel. It's a floodgate!
Oh yeah. Let's get that thing face down before it can
that's
get
a
in the
spicy
graveyard. I
take going
totally
on.
agree
That
with
is huge, actually. This floodgate on the Shuberta is huge.
Yeah, it's great for you know, it definitely.
Oh,
slows
just
down the
get it,
play.
another Supremo.
Oh, never
Just get
mind. He said, you know what? What's the possibility of a floodgate? But he can just fuse off the pieces now, and he will. Okay, we got a tag out.
And now Tolopo is like, damn, there's another Shuberta coming right out. He's gonna try to make as much use of his graveyard as he can before it all goes brr. You know? Needs to try to get the. Probably gonna try to revive the beta here, get some searches, set up an XYZ for next turn.
What's going on,
he's gonna
Hideki,
need
bro?
that.
Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome.
Yo, Hideki.
Right.
But yeah, he definitely has something to revive the beta, as you mentioned. Skorpion.
So doing this thing with the Delta. So okay.
Mills the Delta.
He's like, he's trying to get that graveyard out there.
Yeah, he's thinning his
And
deck out.
he
at
will
this
get
point.
the
Oh,
Cosmic Bite.
damn! Mike
Well,
just not letting him breathe. Hits
So
him
much
with
for
the
that.
Cosmic Cyclone on the power for Rebirth. Not even gonna let him revive anything.
Yeah, your bro Miko definitely guaranteeing he's going grave digging today. He's about to dig a couple of magnets, lonely magnets out that graveyard right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
So
That
just a
and he
Delta
can
and a
also
Beta,
force.
which isn't that big of a loss actually, because you know that can definitely cycle out the options.
The thing is, he's gonna force out the Gamma to tag out probably first.
Yeah.
And Mike even has a backer like probably could not have asked for a better Melodious hand than
Oh,
this.
true story.
Could
This
not
definitely
have
makes
asked for
up for
better.
Sham's downfall, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Sham just couldn't get up and start it, but your
No.
bro Miko definitely not wasting any time doing that.
Now, the Gamma tags out. Like, the purpose of these tag outs is probably he's just trying to clear the Deltas out of his deck because he does not want to top deck them. He's just trying to thin out the deck at this point.
Thinning is winning.
He's
Mhm,
trying
the
to
thinning
read
is
the
deck
deck or
winning.
just get like spells and traps, ideally to protect himself from like all this kind of board that Mike has.
Yeah, it makes you wonder though, like if Magnets even has any chance of coming back because this is a. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking grim. To be straight,
He
to be
took
straightforward,
that
this is
graveyard
looking
away.
grim for Magnet.
Yeah. Yep. All he's left with is Delta, so definitely got to
Yeah,
start it
Delta's
all
a
up
big
again and get the mills going. But it's not looking like that's going to be a case. Chilling at 2 cards and a nice big board on your bro Miko's side. Yeah.
Oh, you never
Tolopo.
want to see that. Oh, that is just a sign that it's over.
Yeah,
Magnets on
definitely
life
something
support.
that
They are
you don't
setting a
see.
monster. They're on life support. Setting a monster.
Yeah. Looks like we're pulling the plug on this one. So now he can't even look at that back row that he can't do anything about. No peeking.
He already. I mean, he already did, but he can Just pray that maybe he forgot. You know, he forgot what that back row was.
I know, right?
Just,
Forget about it.
It's totally bluff, dude. We just have some amnesia, you know. Like we could pretty much just say this one's over at this point. Mike actually playing it. Okay, Mike was actually playing it safe. He was thinking about that drowning that we were talking about earlier. I mean, when you're in that far of a commanding position, there's really like no reason not to play around something, even if it's as crazy as a drowning.
So
it's still fine. And now Mike puts Kizuki Reborn back on the board with the Melodious counter pick for the magnets. We're gonna see what Tolopo's second deck is gonna be. Probably gonna be some answer to Melodious, you'd have to imagine, because Melodious is probably one of the most popular counter picks to magnets.
yeah, true.
So your second deck should be prepared for that, for a potential Melodious counter. But at the same time, at the starter, you can't really like be 100% sure what your deck is gonna lose to, because it could lose to some other random deck. So maybe they're just gonna be going for some other well-rounded deck rather than a specific counter to Melodious. We'll see right now.
Yeah, exactly. Also, just to give a bit more of insight, like concerning magnets, there are, in my opinion, though, I think everyone maybe has a different perspective, but the 3 decks that we usually see to counter magnets are going to be Melodious, eventually, as we can see with the players of Roberta. We can sometimes see Water as well, and Tech Genius technically because you have Skorpian Gengar, which can banish the materials that is needed for magnets, which can still be pretty strong.
Yeah.
Also by the fact that they can go for Black Rose as well during the main phase of the opponent.
Alright, so I guess I'm getting a bit of a... I think that's...
I did get a connection failed right here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
so
Konami.
that could be something on our end, right? As just being the spectators. Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a delay when I was like hopping in.
All of the resources are put in Master Duel at the moment.
I know, right? Konami servers. the guy riding the bike in the circle trying to power the servers. He's taking a break right now.
You probably have some hamsters.
I know, right? A
I think
couple
they
of
can pay
hamsters.
a guy to run servers, probably just a few hamsters.
Hamsters and a guy is reading a newspaper.
Right, so hard
Okay,
to
Tolopo.
define, though.
So we got Channeler. Oh, I like this. I like this answer to Melodious. Super fast. Definitely catch Melodious while they're picking up. Super fast-paced deck.
Yeah, Harpy Channeler, of course,
Right.
opener. Like
Yeah.
a true gamer.
Never
Never
Tolopo.
leave home without it, right?
I know, right?
Looking at
Such
the
a-
kind of deck that Mike has, the fact that Harpy's turn 1 can be actually an advantage for Mike getting that turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Go ahead.
this already puts Mike at... Like, now he already knows he's safe from HHG, which is huge, because Harpies can only use that at the beginning of the main phase of the first turn. So he knows he's safe from HHG unless it's Surged right now from Tolopo, or like Surged on the next turn. But like, there is no guaranteed HHG to pop his back row. Another thing is that like Melodious, especially like in such thin builds, like Mike's playing like 20-something cards, 22.
Yeah, 22.
Like just a couple of back row hit and you could potentially just like sack your way through a Harpy's board. Tolopo is
Sure,
taking his time. Oh my god, did he not draw any back row? Okay, he does have one. Just one? Two? He's taking his sweet time setting his back row. It's like
Oh yeah.
super anime drama. Like it's just so dramatic.
set my
Makes
card
you
face
wonder
down.
if these are
I stare
sort
you
of
in the
these
eye.
back row.
So we got an
You're like,
MST. Yo,
Oh.
yo, my man Skorpian is a sidekick. What if he did have
Did they
back
call
row
it?
as he plays the back
Oh.
row? It's a swallow.
Well,
That's what
is there gonna be now?
Not the
Watch,
best
it's gonna have
hit
like
here.
another MST or a Cosmic into a first movement solo.
Doesn't have one, this is not going to be simple. But he has a chance though to bait the Synchro by just having the spell, which is one thing he can go for.
Mike, Big Fonkin, Ostinato,
Oh my god.
MST Ostinato going second. That is pretty strong. Unfortunately, Mike does hit the bluff in this situation because the Swallow's Nest was completely dead. Ostinato.
Wondering.
I want to see that mill.
He's going for Ostinato first, which is interesting.
Sorry?
Like, I was thinking, you know, if you had a monster, for example, you usually want to summon the monster, then ideally trying to go for the effects, unless Tolopo wants to, you know, bounce your monster out. And
But
then
the
behind
thing
you can
is-
go for the spell, and this is also like a way to assure they have, for example, Blondeva. But yeah, no, it's fine
Yeah,
actually. It goes for the Shuberto.
okay, so the thing is, in hard, like when you're playing against Melodious, if they try to like make some kind of normal summon play, you would generally want to leave them with only one monster on the field after you interrupt them, just in case they were actually baiting out, like you were saying. Also, you guys see that Mike is flexing? He actually converted his Ostinato to a prismatic. Like
For
you have
real,
to
though.
spend gems to do that. Like you
He
have
said,
to.
I got
spend
plenty of
gems to do
those.
Well, yeah, generally you can like spend gems to craft it and have it prismatic,
Like-
but funnily enough, you can still get the free-to-play cards when you level up and have it prismatic without using any conversion or something.
Yeah,
But like you need
like-
insane luck to get that.
Wait, and seem like what, level up cards, you can get them prismatic
Yeah, yeah.
by luck without converting
Yes,
them.
yes. Yes, yes. I remember someone had the Masked Hero Blast. Somehow he managed to get it prismatic.
With no, there's no way. As far as I know, you have to spend
Well
gems to do
timed
that.
Book of Moon.
I've never heard. Maybe I'm not saying you're wrong. I just literally
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Yeah, I can feel you. I can understand. Even I tried to understand that at some point because I was like, this is so strange. Like, how can you get that? And
As
the-
far
the
as I know,
clever
you
part
have
is,
to
like,
play
he-
gems.
Card, like he's in the
Oh,
level
he did
up,
have the hand trap.
takes the card and somehow it is prismatic. But yeah,
Wow.
here, this was the main point here.
Yeah, that's what
When
Disturbia
it-
was talking about. When Harpies go first, they can just get completely sacked like that. Mike with an
when it
Ostinato
rains, it
score
pours.
MST hand.
Yeah, perfect
Ridiculous
hand for
stuff.
Yeah, just
And
Perfect.
Mike
literally.
ties it up with the Melodious streak. He sees the Magnet streak and he's like, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do a Melodious streak. 2-0 with
wrong
Melodious so far.
Oops, we went to the wrong screen. There we go. You know.
Yet again to see, but this time bigger, the logo of the two teams. Hope you enjoyed that. Quality PNGs.
Now we're gonna be seeing what the counter pick is gonna be.
Yeah, definitely some
or the-
crazy openers. Dada's got it right. It, you know, he just kind of just steamrolled through that one. That hand
I
trap
mean-
definitely sealed the deal.
That's kind of the advantage of small Mellow, is that it can be completely sacky like that. The disadvantage, of course, is that because you're playing lower card count, you have a higher chance of just opening the two big ladies in your hand. You're just sitting there kind of like, what did I do in my life to deserve this?
Yeah, this definitely.
I've
That's how
been
it,
faced with this a few
That's-
times. It just makes you question your existence.
yeah, that's definitely how it
It's
feels
so
when going against
sad.
Melodious. Definitely, every time they have a monster on the field, I'm like, oh my god, do they have the dang hand trap? And you don't find out till you're forced to attack. They have it, you're dead. You're just like, oh, why?
Then
me?
you're about to go into
Why?
then you go into that calc and your eyes on that hourglass and you're like, oh please don't light up, oh please don't light up, and then it lights up and you're like, oh.
Yeah, right. Your saving grace is the only your saving grace is really just that tough early game they have. Because I feel like Melodious can definitely be kind of slow, getting up and going.
I mean,
think
Mike
that's-
definitely showing that that's not the case for Mike. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
He set up 3 monsters without even normal summoning. It was ridiculous.
Mike just comes up to the table. Here's how it's gonna go. Here's it's gonna go.
Genuinely. Also,
There's,
just one thing, by the way, Dark, can you actually update the scores for the players, by the way? If you can. The chat is actually...
What am I miss?
The score for the players, you know, on the right side.
Wait, what? It didn't. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. I do have it updated on my
Ah,
screen,
yeah.
but I guess it's not updating on the OBS layout. Let me double check here.
Yeah, that can be a bug with the program then. But I'm gonna sum up for the guys, if you want to know for the score. So Sham lost twice,
It's
Mike
2-2.
is currently 2-0, and Tolopo is 2 wins, 2 losses.
Oh damn! It's Ritual Beast. I love the red eyes versus the blue eyes on the mats though. Wait, the Ritual Beast is a red eyes mat, the blue eyes mat. Anime stuff. Everyone's hello? Am I still on the line?
I'm listening.
I think Dark just dipped.
Yeah, I'm trying to update it right now. Uno
Dog
momento.
got sick of me already. Shit, Satch.
Okay, so Retail Beast though. Retail Beast is going to be on the bottom, on the side of Gus Black, who's actually the next player. And having that ulti Belafine on the field, and mine just starting off with the first movement solo, as we can see here. Going to special summon Sonada. So here he's looking to summon as much monsters as possible, but let's see what he's going to pick. Yes, okay. Going with the Mazarta, which is going to be phenomenal, because that means he has Soprano summon, or not, yeah, fair enough. Summoning Skorpian, which still is going to retrieve the Sonada as it wants. Unless Ghost Blank does have, let's say, TTH for example. Although I do wonder if TTH is actually played in
I
Retail Beast. I
have
don't
to pick up the
think
phone
it
there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working. Or updating at least.
Yeah, I
The
think that's
scores?
the bug with
Yeah.
the program.
I'm gonna just
but-
do it manually. Just give me a second here.
Yeah, it's all good. And that was actually pretty good for them, but yeah. My bad guys, I was actually thinking about Ritual Beast because I do think, yeah, you generally run spells. As a trap you can run, for example, Ambush. Maybe you can still play Floodgate. Those are the kind of cards we will see though in Ritual Beast and such. For
Wait,
example.
I did not have the stream open. What is this copy pasta? Tenma mana.
Feels bad, man.
See, this is
And
the
Mike
kind
is
of
just
things
gonna
that
be
make you ever
forcing-
regret being on a team with this guy. I knew rejoining APK with this guy would be a mistake. I knew it. Okay, so the Skorpian gets flipped face down with the Book of Money because he did not want him to recover the Sonata. Because if he did, the Mozarta would be bigger than the ulti Petalfin. Another Elder slapped on the board.
Oof, that Elder can be pretty
But-
nice.
Still wants a Canohawk or something to really get that banished pile going. Because like
Yes,
the
indeed.
Elder opener is still pretty nice with Window, but he like has nothing still in the banished pile. He cannot really go on the offensive just yet.
Yeah, and also there's the fact that you have the back from behind on the side of Mike, which, with the kind of build we've seen from Mike, I will expect maybe TTH is one of the cards he play. Now,
Potentially,
maybe he
I
doesn't
mean-
play and will be understandable.
I mean, the thing is, with the Shuberta effect, Melodius can really play TTH in any number of cards, even if they play like a billion traps, because you just can just always clear your back row, make sure the TTH is always alive.
Yes,
So
but
like,
also,
it's always a
I think,
it's always a fair assumption to assume that they have a potential TTH in the back there. I mean, if it was a back row hate, the Book of Moon would be gone, right? So you can assume that there's like not a bit back row hate. There's the
I agree.
Apelio, not as good as the Canohawk, but it will help him a bit start to get some stuff in the banished pile. Probably gonna see a Canohawk taking back Sersha card stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I definitely feel some of that coming. There's
Absolutely.
okay. There is no delay. It's just him deciding.
Could be. Can never really tell from the spectator.
Yeah,
Freaking
right,
Hourglass
dude.
completely,
Yeah, right.
freaking Hourglass completely useless for us.
Right, we're
Does
not quite
absolutely nothing.
spectators. Thanks,
Great.
Konami. So
Spectators that know nothing about the game, thanks a lot. Can't even tell who's dealing the game.
for real. So we got some Canohawk taking it back, searching the cards. So he got that free material with the one Elder in the grave. I mean in the banish. So yeah.
Puts the Elder back in the graveyard. Gets the
Okay, we got
searches
ambush.
the ambush. Very good. He probably realizes that he can't really go very aggressive this turn with the setup he currently has. So the ambush is a really good defensive option for him here. Because like once RBs are set up, it's very difficult for Melodius to actually like bust through an RB board. So what he's doing here is probably just setting up strong defensive board, and then like once he's like completely safe, he will start to get some pinky plays going to start bouncing stuff. which is probably inaccessible to him right now, regardless of what he searches.
Alright.
So he's just going on the
One thing
defensive.
I'm wondering is like, isn't he gonna try to? Yeah, I thought he's going maybe to try to do beat down with Winda trying to tap Mazarta because you see it has a lot of attack.
Yeah, Winda. This is one of the thickest windows I've ever seen. 26. Sheesh!
Super
Bigger
buff.
than a summon skull.
All because of
Insane.
that ape Leo.
Yeah, exactly.
That lion guy.
Being able to use twice.
That lion dog.
Mike still has not shown what his back row is, and there are still fat delay. It's
Karma.
a karma cut.
Discarding the score.
Yeah, get the wind out of here.
This is a huge surprise. He went discarding the score though. Does he have a second one?
Okay, it doesn't look like it, at least, but we can't really tell for sure from the delays. I'm surprised though. If he hit the Apilio, I think he could not respond because both the Elder and the Apilio were already summoned this turn and you can't summon them
Yeah.
again. So he could have banished the ulti Apilio instead.
I think
Actually,
the return, he would have still lost his board, so I guess here he would have been forced to attack the face down. I don't know. Because I guess, yeah, you leave him with a tag out, but I guess if he would have crashed the window, it would have probably been the same result either way. Unless he.
No, but the thing is, if he crashes the Winda, he doesn't have a Winda in the banished pile to tag out into anymore.
Right.
Which is a big deal. So, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm missing something. I mean, we don't know Mike's hand.
I think the threat
Oh, that's
that
a
we're
big
like
free, man.
talking about is the
Oh,
it's
okay,
26
guys,
window. Oh,
We
what's up?
missed something. Okay, we missed something important. Wait, hang on. I gotta reread Ritual Beast Ambush again. Oh no, never mind. It works anyway. Okay, so Mike knows his hand better, so I'm not sure I get it. There is something there is something that I'm missing maybe, but there is still a Ritual Beast Ambush face down, which makes me surprised that he.
Not even for...
He went into the Lara to get the Apilio back, protecting his life points so far. There's still an ambush face down.
Yeah,
Yes,
makes
sir. So
sense.
he's gonna
Yeah.
repeat
Doesn't
the
rush
process.
the window so he can use the ambush. So he can summon
Yeah,
the monsters
take
back.
it out the graveyard. Why wait? Have a Snickers.
I could go for a Snickers right about now. No cap. No cap.
Oh, jeez.
And there's Winda, Apilio, again banishing stuff. Still no Canahawk, but he can search. He can take him.
I mean, it was, yeah. Not the dumb decision.
Freely attack over, and now the
He was forced to attack the Sonata.
The thing is, he has the duplicate Elder can sometimes be annoying like that because he can't really summon it twice.
Exactly.
So like,
Each Ritual Beast monster can be special summoned once per turn, so a lot of times you need to know which ones you want to summon.
yeah, you need to
first.
keep good track of that stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's going on so far is that
we missed a couple of banishes with the Apelio. But it looks like he's gonna actually use the searches this time around.
he's just
Maybe he was scared of the back row before.
it's potential. Like if you overextend without having a way to tag out, it could be really bad. But now like this is a fresh turn. He hasn't special summoned anything yet, so like he can tag out a bunch. He can get a lot of searches. It's looking pretty grim for Mike here, honestly. He also has a Karma Cut in his graveyard that he cannot get rid of right now. So even if he does play Trash, it's currently dead. So Mike is in an awkward position right now. I mean, it's to be expected, honestly. This is probably like what I was talking about. One of the... You could say it's kind of like one of those rogue hard counter decks. Like, this is a very difficult matchup for Melodious.
Yeah.
RBs is not a very popular deck, and it's like only really played by those who are like really good at it, because it's not an easy deck by any means.
Yeah, and he's not even he's not really even putting the Dolphin to work, and he's still, maintaining a strong presence right
like,
now too. So wait till
Just
that.
the wind.
Yeah, once the dolphin gets in the equation, I feel like it's gonna be really crucial that Mike.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mike's just gonna get broken down and. Okay, first movement solo.
So another thing to consider is that unless Mike is playing 2 Bloom Prima, the first Bloom Prima is gone, which can be a crucial card in actually making pushes over the Ritual Beast stuff. Mike goes for the Soprano, cycles the score. A Sonata, special summon, he did get it back with the Bloom Prima effect. So he is going to be able to get a fusion into it. No, he is not.
Alright, so putting that pressure.
What?
So, oh no.
Oh no, time loss.
So basically, if you shuffle a Ritual
Aye.
Beast back into your extra deck, you lose. So you gotta be
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
be
the
very
win
careful.
con.
You gotta
And
be very
Mike
careful.
snatching victory from the jaws of defeat with a timeout loss for the Ritual Beast
Yo,
player.
Mike is doing that constantly. This team, he's putting the team, he's putting the points on the board right now. I feel it.
I'm gonna
Let's see.
expect a repeat though in this situation
Most
because I
likely.
indeed forgot that this is another of the decks that can defeat Melodious. Well, no, actually I was oh my god, I'm dumb. I was talking about Magnus before, but yes, indeed. So Ritual Beast is one of the contests you can see for Melodious most of the time. I mean, you can
And
see what kind
honestly,
of board he has put on the field. It's very, very heavy on special summoning monsters back, and Winda is, you know, the usual kind of terrific monster we see. Which
just a single Winda is very annoying for Melodious to out.
yeah,
Like a set Winda pass, Melodious does not have the kind of removal to get rid of it.
exactly. That and also the fact that Shuberta is such an important card in Melodious that they're banishing cards, but they benefit Ritual Beast.
Yeah. Shuberta is like not good in this match at all.
Well, talking about a start,
I believe this was a repeat.
yes indeed. That's
There's a
right.
repeat. Alright, I will be removing that young repeat.
Oh, and
Yeah,
it's a
also-
break.
Also, good Sir Dark, we need some fixing on the side of Toxic Nightmare, sir. Can you do it?
No, yeah, I'm over here doing the I'm in manual right now at the scoreboard.
Yeah. Also, instant Book of
Oh,
Moon
man.
is done though, but
Really? Book of Mooning, the special summon monster by first
maybe
movement
he's gonna have
solo.
another Book of Moon then, does he? No Book of Moon so far.
I mean, Mike can only fuse, like, unless he uses the skill, he can only fuse into Shuberta, which, as we were talking, is not really great in this matchup. So, like, he just chooses to get the free poke, puts, like, Ghost to 2600, which is a pretty sweet spot for Melodious to be able to usually threaten lethal without proccing D-draw. But Mike is just playing this patiently because he knows Ghost's hand is pretty awkward right now. Set 3 pass is not what you want to see from RB at all.
Yeah, right. You definitely want
At
something
least,
happening in
at
the
least if
Ritual
you're the
Beast
RB
department.
player. If you're facing RBs,
Yeah.
you always want to see those stats passes. Means he doesn't have anything. There's the Elder. Not getting hot top decks win though. Still decent, but you probably wanted to see that Canahawk. No. Elder Winda. A lot of thonking going on. Maybe Mike has some kind of backer that he just wants to stop the fusion from coming out. Nope, Altia Pilio comes out.
Right into the battle phase.
Big pause on the battle phase.
Alright, there we go.
And there's the swing. Now Altia Pilio is unaffected once the swing has begun, so...
Yeah, once he gets moving, it's unstoppable.
I mean, Ghost at least got the Winda, which was, like, really crucial for him. Because you really need that Winda in this matchup. Like, it's not the best opener he could have asked for, but I'm pretty sure he had the Elder topped Winda, which is, like... probably one of the better top decks he could have asked for. Mike now finally uses his skill. You're gonna use the Shopina to recycle the Sonata. Crucial card because it allows your stuff to actually be big enough.
it is perfect
Well,
for this
get up.
situation to get over that Apelio and just get him tagging out and running away.
Mm-hmm. Gotta
What's
force
that?
that lion to
Have
go
we
back
seen
to his
Mike
cave.
on? I don't know. The only thing that we seen, I would say probably maybe out of the ordinary was we saw a karma cut from Mike. That's definitely not something that's, I guess you would say, standard for Melodious.
No,
But
probably not.
other than that, I don't think Mike has really exposed any of the tech that has yet. So
I mean, he's playing a very thin list, so I'm like looking at the Melodious score. He doesn't really have room for a lot of a lot of back row, being at 22 cards. Okay, the ulti Apelio is forced to tag out, indeed.
and Screw Serpent.
You know what? Mike probably has, like, I'm pretty sure if the Melodious skill did not lock you, we just see like a random TG Screw Serpent from Mike just to screen Synchro or something. TG Striker. Special summon it before you combo Synchro the Melodious stuff. The skill just locks him, so he couldn't. But he would have tried to sneak them in.
So right now, it looks like he is not changing course. He is going to attack into the window.
I will say he goes attack the Elder.
I mean, he might still have just gotten the recall. We don't know if did he redirect the attack? I think, yeah, he did redirect the attack. He does kill the window. Makes you wonder, honestly. Maybe that was a bit too early to be killing the window?
Hard to say. We don't really know the back row or anything of that
Yeah,
sort yet. So
like,
there's a bunch of
we
X
can't see-
factors that's calculating themselves right now. We don't. It feels like it's just a bit early. So let's see how he's gonna deal with it. I mean, Elder is gonna get killed regardless.
Yeah, Elder is big dead here.
The Ghost Flag is
Alright.
really thinking it through and does not want to accelerate the deck that much.
So he just does go for the ulti pedal fin.
And we got the young book,
Book of...
treacherous. No wait,
Yep.
maybe.
Oh yeah, it has to be a
Maybe.
dredge.
That smells. I
Yeah.
smell treacherous. Is that you, your bro, Michael? TG treacherous Trapo.
Is it TG Treacherous Trap Hole? It is TG Treacherous Trap Hole, of course a prismatic, nothing less I would expect from Mike. Maybe he needed to tag into another window first. Mike does not care, is gonna be swinging in for lethal.
Yep, 17 and
Ghost-
a 19.
Ghost has D-drop proc. No,
You
there is a
don't
Book of
agree with this,
Moon.
Shouse.
Also gets a big
That
thing from
like
this.
his order that he activated the book and the treacherous kind of weird. So he could have got caught up by MST possibly if he had
Yes,
it.
that's what I
So,
was thinking too.
Yeah. So he definitely got off on the better side of that trade-off.
Well, there's the another book that saved them, and now there's the Lara, sorry, off
Of
the
course you think
D-draw.
Of course you think he's fine now that he's fine, but he could have not been fine.
Just take anything Shao says with a grain of salt. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We just see the situations that we see, and we kind of overlook every factor sometimes. I think we all been there.
Well, the Lara D-draw into a window, which is still not the worst thing.
I still think that's a good decision. It all depends as well on the card that he has faced down. The real issue is going to be he cannot really get rid of Shukina, because you have to think that he's having a lot of attacks. Eventually he will be forced to tag out by using the effect of Ulti Apelio. So Shukina also gets back as a Prana again.
I'll answer you after the stream. It's too impolite to say the stuff I want to tell you on the stream. Let's be civilized. This is a civilized Duel Links Team Wars stream, and then I'll handle you after the stream, sir. Anyway, the fact that he
We
could
got a
not
young
kill the
Floodgate.
And the flood.
Floodgate though.
Now this
Yeah, we
one's
got
gonna hurt
Nasi over here
so
with that
much.
prime sub. That's right. I love it. Go King. If King can't do it,
no one can.
neither can Kaido. Let's go.
Who?
Kaido from One Piece. Because King is his right hand.
Oh.
man. Oh,
Never
yeah.
watched
I
it.
see, I see, I see.
Dang, I know it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The wind lives to see another day.
If that's Karma, he's goated. Let's see.
Yeah, Plague is in a rough spot.
Yeah.
Just having a win.
I feel like those Plague is
one
definitely.
card.
He
definitely
just
in a
said that
situation.
card.
Let's
This
go
Make
with
or
the
break.
Gengars.
We make or break.
He just said that card this turn, so if it's a karma, he can use it right now, though.
Yeah, if it is.
It was
that's
not activatable last turn.
Crash window. Not this
Unless
time.
it's
She's
a
not
Book
as
of
beefy.
Moon. If it is a Book of Moon, he's gonna do not.
Okay, so now Ulti Apelio is back on the board. I feel like all we've seen all these two duels is just Ulti Apelio control. Like the RB has never been able to really get his plays going. We've just been seeing Ulti Apelio control over and over and over. So the Sonata is gonna die, but Mike Lady doesn't care. The Shopina is putting in a lot of work.
Right.
You can recycle the Sonata.
Yeah, right.
And now
he
that
doesn't care
the-
about the back row if he's just recycling it. If it's
And
just a
now that
resource, I
this-
can come back.
The board is now clear, so if Mike has another Soprano, he can even fuse with it and unclog his board.
He's gonna
You want-
need to. He's gonna need. But he decided to
Shopina.
pick Sonata again, which is a funny decision because, as you mentioned, if, for example, oh no, he
Oh,
doesn't.
okay. So
There it
oh,
is.
here
Does
we
have
are.
the third
Hold
one.
it!
We're in a. Yeah, this
Makes a
is
lot of sense.
this is coming crunch time for our boy Ghost Plague right now.
This is
Not the
this
best
is not
situation.
good. Oh, this
That
is not good.
Melodious making all kind of noise right now.
Yeah.
And then we got the Maestro on the field just conducting the nonsense. And we got the big pump.
This is
This is quite
this
the
is not looking good for Ghost at all.
And also, he's maybe low on time.
Potentially, that deck eats up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like,
So
okay,
you're,
he's
like,
forced to
play
tag out. The Winda
Winda
is
number
gonna
one.
tag out. Probably has to go into. Not sure. He goes into another ulti Apelio. Oh,
I think that's GG. Yeah, it's
That's
gonna
lethal.
be
Yeah,
900 on point. Doesn't even need score.
okay, going for
Oh
that
my
ulti
goodness.
Apelio and attack. Going for that ulti Apelio and attack. I'm sorry, it has to be some really weird decision.
I think he mainly gives up because maybe he doesn't have more plays back. The fact that you
No,
know,
but what
loses
he need-
Bro,
like-
my code just bursted into flames right now, bro. My boy
4-0 with the
has
Melodious.
4-0 and with Melodious. This is, I feel like Melodious is definitely one of those decks that people usually like got like something on the back burner for. So the fact that it's being kind of this oppressive right now, definitely scary, very scary.
Absolutely. Nah, Shao's what I'm talking about is that he could have gone Winda into Winda. And then if the Winda is cleared, he can float into something else. He also still had Ambush. Like, to be fair... Like, wait, what? Oh, Window was summoned that turn, right? No, never mind. Yeah, okay, it was over. Yeah, it was over. Never mind. I forgot that Window was summoned that turn. Then yeah, it was doomed.
Yeah, doomed. Unfortunately.
Yeah, he summoned Window on that turn. It was over. The RBs honestly got off to a really slow start in this duel. I think he had a pretty good chance at that game he timed out, unfortunately. He had like a really good card advantage. He had like a really healthy banished Pion stuff. He was in a good spot, but unfortunately the timer.
Yeah, I think well, I forget the play that did it, but there was definitely like a huge momentum shift for them in Mike, your bro Mike Ho's favor. So we got Officer Lousy.
Gotta see what the answer is to Melodious now that the RB repeat unfortunately failed. Is this gonna be another Ritual Beast? It is a Yami Yugi, so it is possible? Officer Lassie? I don't know. 21 cards Yami Yugi. Is it another RB? Is it another RB? Is it Gaia? Is it Dark Lords? No, you wouldn't send Dark Lords into Melodious.
Also, Dark Lord doesn't even have the matchup against Melodious, I believe. Well, it can. There's a way. Yeah, could be an Abyss Actor as well, indeed. Which Abyss Actor is also indeed a good counter pick if you want to stop Melodious.
And there it is.
Yep, called it. So we got ourselves some Abyss Actors in action.
Well, now the question is what he's going to do. I think he's going to start with Sasuruki. There's not much he can do, but yes, indeed he can go with the Madonna sort of search.
I mean, OTKing through Sasuruki, Melodious to OTK through Sasuruki is I don't know if it's even possible.
Sasuruki has the once per turn protection though, right?
Yeah, and then he floats into a Wild Hope, so Sasuruki on his own eats up 3 attacks, he just protects 2 and then Wild Hope summon.
Yeah, so I don't really understand Abyss Actor fully. How are they functioning in this matchup? How are they taking out Melodious, or what are they looking for?
They generally win because you have ways to summon, for example, cards such as Ever by doing a pendulum summon, and either just banishes a monster on the field. That's one of the sort of tech cards you can see. And just Sasuruki by its own, it's gonna force Mike to do a lot of attack. So right now he's gonna do 1 attack, which is forcing the first anti-destruction from Sassy, then he's gonna attack with the other monster.
Wait, is this lethal on board?
Oh, wait.
That's crazy. That would be.
It is, because Officer Lassie is at 3k.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay,
So, is delay coming from Officer Lassie?
It could be. I mean, he might have a Sphere Karibo or something.
He says no Madonna in hand is GG.
Yeah, he needs a Madonna in hand. Because Madonna can summon itself when a pendulum monster is destroyed by battle. So Madonna can act as a hand trap, essentially.
Although the delay was during the battle.
Alright, here we go, double attack.
Does he have a Sphere Karibo? There it is, the Sphere Boy.
There we go.
Saved
Saphira.
Okay. So Melodious actually can OTK through the Sasuruki with this board. If your opponent actually has to pay to search for it.
Yeah.
But Officer Lassie knew he was safe because he had the Sphere Boy.
Yeah. So that definitely walked him into that. Usually you don't want to attack in a floaters like that. So he got that freebie and yeah.
He has pendulum stuff in the extra deck right now too. he can pop off, but like still has one back row. It better be good. That's all I'm gonna say. His back row better be good.
For real.
Okay, it better be good enough to save him right here. We did see that he added a superstar off of Wild.
Storm!
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye
Storm.
back row. It was a Necro Fusion. Oof. You have to think this is gonna be straight up game.
Yeah. The thing is, like, Abyss Actor, with the way they're playing, it's insanely destructive, and Melodious just cannot really catch it.
Double
unless
Wild Hope?
you do have the traps.
But change. Oh, okay, so he alters the pendulum scale. Summon anything between 3 and 8. Sorry, anything between 2 and 9. 3 and 8.
3 and 8.
3 and 8 are the options.
3 and 8.
3 to 8 are the options. Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna be.
He does only have
ways.
2 monsters so far, but if he has a normal summon,
No, he doesn't need. He just
Alright.
needs a face-up pendulum as well, and
He's
that's
breaking
sort of
out the
free
paperwork.
destruction, so
Oh.
that should be lethal.
no, because the spell destroys monsters as many as you have in attack, so he needed another monster, or he needed the spell, which he did have, and now Superstar is gonna search the other spell,
Oh my god, we're going
and
to
Officer
deja
Lusty
vu.
just.
Yeah.
It's not game, but I feel like it's a nice momentum shift in favor of Officer.
How is it not?
Kill the game. This is 4,200 damage.
Okay, so
What are,
grab
you,
something.
what are you guys talking about?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, he plays 2
I was
spell.
saying-
Cows, are you on a
Oh.
delay? The game's over.
So Officer Lassie actually denning Maiko's armor. Crazy.
Not,
Yeah.
not gonna lie. 2 spell is sometimes really nice because sometimes, unfortunately, you have to use like your own first spell to like pop your,
That's true.
like to pop your Wild Hope to like unbreak yourself. Or if you're unfortunate enough to draw one of the spell and you just need to like pop twice to actually have game. Yeah, I will have to assume this is TG incoming, right? Like, there's no way it
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
TG.
right.
Yep.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Shaos, maybe it's the chat that's on a delay for me then. I can never trust I can never really trust my internet like no
Okay,
means.
we got the flight control version.
Okay, we got the flight control. Going first, absolutely ideal for them right here.
He said, "No, it's
Yeah,
evil eye.
it's
You're
it's
evil
Evil Eye
eye."
Catapult Dragon on the field right now. Evil Eye Catapult Dragon.
Oh yeah, nice setup too. Probably the
Mike-
pretty optimal
Mike makes
setup.
everything prismatic, dude. He has Prismatic Striker
I know, right?
that
It
he
just-
can only also obtain by like, using gems. Like
whenever I
Mike
see
is
people,
like, who you?
whenever I see prismatic cards, I just think those people in their daily life just throw money at people.
I don't
No,
know.
yeah.
Strike, you need gems.
You know that meme?
it's
You know that
farmable.
meme? Or the GIF of the guy like wiping his tears with money? That's how I imagine Mike was doing after he
Right.
got sacked last duel.
Making
He
it
just took
rain.
out a few $100 bills, wiped his tears.
Here, look, he wipes his
He just
tears with
forgot the next
$100
game.
bills.
Sorry, Disturbia, you were saying something. Striker is not
Nah.
farmable, it's a level up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't remember because I was like,
That evil eye Quarion's gonna hurt,
it
definitely.
doesn't matter. Like, here the point is, that Exodus though is going to hurt if it's actor because of the responses it has just by the signature level 5.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I wonder how long, because this is kind of quite the board to deal with. I feel like even for an Abyss actor, and I'm like the threat of the possible Black Rose Dragon too is kind of
the
scary.
threat of a Black Rose, the threat of Aquarion,
So,
like
so I'm curious, 'cause like I said, I don't really understand like Abyss actors to the fullest, but like how safe can he continue to play before he can even break this board? Right, because like we all know that Madonna can search, so that's like an easy shoe in to put on the board. But like, what can he do before it's very scary for him? You know.
I hate to say it, but he's very likely screwed.
So we got the Iris, the Skyrus.
Don't know, but maybe.
He did open pretty optimal though.
The thing is, like, the best opener for him to sort of force Mike will be ideally he normal summons anything and decides to force it on the Star Guardian. With the
Yeah, but
spell
the
to
thing
turn it
is,
on.
like, if you normal summon and just swing, like, TGs can just think, okay, you're gonna kill one of my monsters, fine, I'm gonna OTK you next turn.
Yeah, although you can still pen someone behind. Like you just do one normal summon, then behind you try to pen summon.
And then you get Quarion, and the game's on.
Well, yeah. With this kind of field, though, that's what I'm talking about. But like I was talking, if he had the spell to destroy the monsters, that would have been different. Because he doesn't have it, he has to.
You mean the odd eye spell? The odd eye spell that pops?
No, the one, the Abyss script actually, the Abyss script, the one we've seen in the previous duel.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. If he hard draws it with like a sassy rookie, right? And or like hard draws it with like any monster, and then forces out the tag out maybe, and then he has follow up to try to OTK. Yeah, that would be like probably the way they can win. Aside from like Book of Moon, of course, but it's unlikely that he plays Book of Moon. Yeah, Shadows. I misunderstood at first.
Odd Eyes, Pendulum Arc Dragon, so we got anything between 0 and 8.
Pending 2 monsters. Gonna pin the Superstar, pin the Wild Hope. Now Star Guardian is gonna activate.
Oh, he is gonna go for the pure Quarion right now.
He's gonna make a Quarion, because like he doesn't really need to clear the scales because the Pendulum Summon has been done already.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
definitely. And he leaves them open. He didn't did he normal this? I don't think he normaled yet.
No, he didn't normal just yet. Now this was probably Officer Lassie's best chance.
Yeah, and I think let's see if well,
Fire Formation Tenki gets a Werewolf.
So, gonna put it back.
It's a Screw Serpent. Okay, so if that's a sassy rookie, Mike needs to.
Alright, we got a level 7 coming up. Does he have what I think he has? You know, when it comes to your bro, Michael, he's got some. He likes to. He's got some interesting picks usually, so I'm expecting something interesting. Okay, never mind. I was like, he's gonna bring out that Samurai Destroyer.
No,
nice.
Squire Saga. Oh, it was. It was not even a sassy rookie face though.
Yeah, so they didn't even need to float. Just get the pop and just get that direct attack.
Okay. Yeah, Officer Lassie really needed a Sphere Kuribo.
Yeah, he's literally saying no to My Little Pony. We don't want that here.
I mean, the thing is, even if Officer Lassie survived this turn, like, typically most builds play only one Superstar. So, like, the Superstar is gone, now what? Like, the Quarion is legit too big for all of your monsters.
Yeah, true.
How do you out the Quarion without he would have to hard draw the spell?
Well, you have, as I mentioned, you have ways out, which is, for example, with Ada, which is still seen in such builds with Actor and Dice. That's one of the ways, because you can banish the monster. Otherwise, you can still go for some Xyz.
Yeah, the thing is, you're locked whenever you use your Madonna or your Wild Hope. So like, usually to XYZ you require an already pre-established board, because whenever you activate anything, you just are automatically locked.
Exact.
Which can be annoying. Alright, so the menace of TGs. Dweller.deck. TG tries to do anything from the graveyard, Dweller says nope.
So Officer breaking out what looks like water.
Mike searches the Booster Raptor.
Double Screw Serpent setup.
The thing is though, in this kind of build, you usually don't see Vulcan. Unless Mike is playing it and he's surprising us. But you usually see Vulcan in the other TG build. The one with like the TG Dino.
Exactly.
So just gonna chill with a level 7 and a back.
So he is just gonna chill with the Black Rose setup. Yeah, he recycles the Screw Serpent for follow-up and sets up a Black Rose. The question becomes, is this a water gamer who has like MST, book, Diva?
The Book of Moon, yep.
Book Diva?
Oh, never leave home without her.
Never, never.
It's like, how do you only run 3 of this card, you open it like how Cyber Dragons open core. But yeah,
It's actually ridiculous.
when I play the deck, I don't see Diva whatsoever.
Forbidden Chalice one time.
I mean, if he has any kind of quick play to just stop this, then like he's in big trouble.
Water makes the Chalice throw up, apparently.
Doesn't it make
Very
everyone
sad.
throw up?
I thought he hated water, like H2O, like drinking water, because I'm like, that's good for
You know, seeing Dweller so much has made me hate water, IRL. It's kind of ironic how that thing that keeps you alive, yet you hate it so much and puke when you see it now, because it keeps you Diva.
I mean, water is both something that gives you life and is also a killer. It's 2 things at the same time.
He said, I like water, but water decks,
Nope, Dweller.deck. Can't stand that. So Officer Lassie is used the skill, but now he's thinking about what to make.
Yeah, because he's going to be able to go for Heartwoven, so he doesn't even need to go for Abyss Dweller because there's like nothing that is important to negate when destroying the graveyard. And
I mean,
Maiko would like
yeah,
to
it
go-
makes sense. Like if you have a book or something, yeah, you can go for Dweller, I guess, to guarantee an interruption.
Exactly. But no, I think he's going to go for Heartwoven.
Yo, this is like a Wild Wild West standoff right here.
I know, right?
This town
Like
ain't
this-
big enough for the both of us.
He
So
does
he,
go
he
for
is
the
gonna let
Abyss
him go for the
Dweller.
Exceed. So does he go for the Hope Moving Dragon? Nah, he says, you know what? Here.
No, does he have the Forbidden Chalice is my question.
Ooh, the
Chalice.
Book of Moon.
He does have the
That's
Book
why
of Money.
Officer Lassie was just riding that so
Yeah.
confidently, and I think. Yeah, so we're gonna shut that synchro down.
Now, does he have nothing else? Does he have no monsters or anything? Sorry, no back row?
I don't think anything's happening
Oh.
for. Oh, he did have the back row.
Oh.
He said, you know what? Here, take 2.
I mean, no offense, but it makes you wonder what he was thinking about this whole time, not gonna lie.
It could have been
Like-
Maiko deciding if he wanted to if he wanted
No.
to synchro. Possibly.
No, the thing is, after you use the skill, the priority is for you, so like...
Oh
also,
yeah,
I was, like, took it.
okay, yeah, true.
I was like... Interesting. Anyway, here's the Screw Serpent that Mike had since last turn. He almost summons it, interestingly enough.
There's definitely some disruption back there. I smell it.
He did have the Star Guardian effect. Maybe he's trying to bait something first before he flips up the Star Guardian? Potentially?
Honestly, flipping Star Guardian would be very dangerous, especially with the 2 black crows.
Double
Son of
MS.
The
Sam.
thing
That
is,
is a
if you flip
possibility.
Star Guardian, he could special Screw Serpent and save his normal stuff. Oh, Wonder Magician. That's not something you see every day. Cosmic Cyclone.
It's one of the MSTs. It's annoying because if you're looking for the delays, the Abyss Dweller has like this delay constantly on him that
You can never
they
really
could have
tell.
nothing in the back row. Yeah. So it's
You can
sort of
never
like
really tell.
a masking his power level or his delay.
Alright, Officer Lassie. Are you good enough to top deck another Deep Sea Diva? Or a Buzzsaw Shark? Another back row, you would take that.
So he can still destroy one of the 2 synchros though. He has quite a selection.
He can't actually destroy his Star Guardian because it's 22. I mean, he would have to swing and then use the...
Exactly, use the
Yeah,
overlay
which-
to like use his effect to discard infantry.
But might not be the best choice because like you really want to save that infantry for your opponent's turn.
Yeah, that, but it's also the point that you prefer him to try to flip up the monster, which has 100 attack and will be You know,
Yeah, that too.
very dangerous.
Yep, there it is. The Star Guardian, very vulnerable. 100 attack.
That's big boy. That's big boy attack right there.
100. Yep.
He's about to do big things.
That's better. That's stronger than monsters with 50 attack.
Yeah, he's guarding stars. You know that 100 attack definitely means big things.
Oh man. Mike has 2 cards in hand to work with to work through 1 guaranteed disruption in the infantry and potentially 2 more in the face downs. Gonna be tough. Gonna be really tough, honestly. Especially since Mike's graveyard is kind of awkward, since you really want to have the werewolf in the graveyard for follow-up for easy level 7 synchros. He doesn't have a werewolf in the graveyard, so like, to get any synchros going, he really needs to like go around and try to get like Star Guardian if he even plays a second one.
True. I was definitely expecting another Star Guardian when he decided to summon the Wonder Magician.
Yeah, the Wonder Magician was a surprise.
All right. He definitely utilizing the Star Guardians. Oh, there goes the pop.
Pop goes the dynamite. He's like, nope, no Black Rose for you, sir. Hits the catapult.
Oh!
Monster Reborn!
Would you look at that? Oh, and he's gonna get the effect off of it because he didn't use it this turn.
Gets the Screw Serpent.
Reborn is really good.
Oh! Wow, nothing?
Yeah, so maybe that the read from
those just
earlier where
MSTs?
could it be MSTs? We're about to find out right now.
Are those a bunch of MSPs back there?
Imagine joining. No.
You could that definitely could be a strong understanding now because like they're not really doing anything. Though I think the one on the right is the newest one.
I actually don't remember. Marksman off the top.
Oh man, this is quite a dirty top deck. Oh jeez.
It's. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I was just gonna say it's a Forbidden
huge.
Lands.
Okay.
Oh my.
No, this is bully. Come on. This is just to deal
was
damage.
that was really good for him.
But wait, he did not even need that lens, did he? Wouldn't the attack squad have been bigger than Squire Saga anyway?
Exactly. He didn't really need to, but he just went for the damage here.
I definitely thought it was a diva off the top. What else would I think it is?
Oh, there it is. What else
Oh
would
my
it be?
god, why did you say that?
Okay. Now, Mr. Mike, did you top deck your Tretch?
Oh my god.
Mr. Mike, do you play Tretch? And if so, did you top deck it right there?
Another Abyss Dweller goes into the other side though.
Is it the Tretch?
Or is it the book?
Nope, neither.
Oh. And that's how the cookie
They were
crumbled.
actually all
So,
dead back row hate.
Officer Lassie sending
They
you
were
bro Michael to
actually
jail.
they were actually all dead back row hate. What? It was actually all dead back row hate.
It's all back. Oops, all back row. Oops, all back row.
Yeah, negative one. That's what I was saying. He did not need to lance. I was like, wait, why is he swinging into square? Okay, like he uses lance, but why?
Why? Because it's a better
I
weapon.
was like, wait, does
It's more damage. Hello? You guys aren't about damage? Alright, I guess I'm the only one no, it's so He just flexing on lands, optimized gameplay. True story. So
Now we are waiting to see. I mean, Mike still did a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
I mean, he's definitely
Like 5 and 2, he put Kizuki Reborn in a really good spot. He forced out a repeat. Yeah, they have the counter pick now. It's really good for them, honestly.
He pretty much got his team halfway where they need to be. That's freaking. I think that's super good for Kizuki. So now from here, they just got to maintain that momentum and just stay on top of the matchups. But I'm curious.
I mean, he forced out a repeat. He took out two, like the RB and the repeat. He took out a bunch of stuff.
What do they send in? Or if they even have what to send in. Alright, your bro Mike Ho looking like Thanos right now. Just snap half the score. Mello or Bisactor's coming in. Alright, we got JoJo.
We got our boy JoJo going in here with a counter pick for Wota.
We got JoJo.
Maximilian Pegasus. 26 cards. Is this magnets? Or is this fat harpoons?
Could be that. Harpies would be solid matchup, but I mean, Magnet's not too bad either.
And I've seen people kind of mixed up on the whole water matchup. Oh, he summons Alpha, no search. Oh, you hate to see it.
Oh my. The old one Berserkion getting in the hand.
Oh no. Pega Diva, yup.
Oh, never mind, she's drunk.
Okay, but does she have the antidote in her hand? Forbidden Lance?
I mean, he could still possibly have the angler.
He could also have the lance, the coffee to get rid of the hangover.
Right?
I think Disturbia got sick of us and left.
I know, right? Stop
making like, I'm too old for this stuff.
As soon as he say that comment, it's like, go play Master Duel or something.
Listening, but just carry on, guys. I'm gonna be right back.
Alright, take your time, bro.
He does have the angler.
There's the angler.
So she definitely getting a little bit of help from the homies right there.
Yeah, we go to XYZ. No infantry though for the Dweller Pops, but gonna be XYZ into the Bahamut Shark.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a great pick. Yeah, Bahamut.
Nope. Like, we don't have any interruption or anything. Like, probably don't want to be going Dweller, especially since Dweller doesn't really do much against Magnets on its own. Like, aside from like getting rid of Berserkion, but you usually need an infantry for that. So it's gonna be Bahamut. Probably just gonna set up the.
He's putting the armor on. Full armor Black Ray Lancer.
Yes. Yep. Putting the armor on that Nightmare Shark, evolving.
Why does all of his cards have really long names? Hope, Woven, Dragon, Spider Shark, Hope, Woven, and Hope.
I know, right?
We got it. We get it. You're a shark.
Just use a one word name. Like we don't need that whole identification.
Right.
It's not your birth certificate.
Haven't you heard of abbreviations? LOL. All right, so we got.
Not your birth certificate. Okay. Oh, it's just an MST. Dude, that was such a poor opener from JoJo. Alpha with most likely a Berserkion in hand, unless he clicked no. And now no revival traps either.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like I feel like I don't know. Like sometimes I don't run MST for that fact of it's kind of bricky sometimes. But it does help in certain matchups.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just super unfortunate the fact that he opened both Alpha and Berserkion.
Yeah, and
it's unlikely, but it happens, and it's very sad when it does.
It definitely feels bad.
Like his Berserkion is currently dead. He still needs a Gamma in the hand or graveyard, which he probably does not have.
Oh, does he have the Disrupt? It's kind of like.
Oh, he did top the Gamma and go straight into Berserkion.
Or that in the mouth. He is gonna get away with it.
So what's he hitting with the Berserkion here? Probably hitting the back row.
And it was Tretch.
He hits the Tretch! That was big.
That is huge, just off the pure fact that the Berserkion floating is just like the Tretch has to respect it and not risk losing his board. So
yeah, he could not afford to Tretch the Berserkion because otherwise JoJo just floats his board, gets the effects, gets to XYZ. All right, so the problem for Lassie here is that his board is still clogged. Like, even if he has like a Pepega Diva in his hand,
he can't even go into anything.
He can't go into Dweller.
So, really making the most out of the Berserkion, but like it's like a stalemate created in this situation. Okay, never mind. He wants it to stop now.
So now he is clearing his own board. Now, JoJo is not... Like, JoJo is still kind of in trouble if Officer Lassie has a Diva. Makes you think he probably does if he did this.
It's like he knew it was Tretch. The possibility.
Wait, I keep forgetting that they play Mind Scan, dude. I legit always when I'm commentating, I forget that they're legally cheating.
Yeah, we don't get this. I completely forgot about it too, honestly.
I forget about the legal cheating. Yeah, Goop, I agree. I think maybe the Berserkion should have been in defense. Keep the water player clogged for now.
Oh my god, I feel so dumb.
Delta off the top. Probably one of his better top decks. He gets something in the graveyard now. How is that? He mills the alpha, doesn't want to be top decking any more of those alphas. Completely useless for him now. He does hit the full armored Black Layer Lancer. Okay, so he just wants to clear the board at this point. He knows that back row we don't know. Absolutely no delays whatsoever. At least as we can tell from spectating. Look, we can't know for sure, but that looks like a hella dead back row. Now, Officer Lassie, did you top deck a Pepega Diva? Or did you already have it in your hand? Yeah, back set is... Oh, no, no, no.
He remained... No, no, no.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, so definitely you don't want to be on it. You don't want to be on the defensive, when the Berserkion's on the field. So it's just
no,
more
you do not.
More magnets, more gunshots.
Not in the slightest, and he sees everything. He knows what that face down monster is. He knows those two back rows.
He's about to special summon the red one. Oh no, never mind. He said I'll save that for later.
And now Delta swings because he knows that face down monster. Jojo, you big cheater. There is a book of money on the Delta. Or just a marksman.
Get that marksman out of there. Just like that, Jojo!
Just scoops!
Take the win right there for Kizuki.
I cannot believe Jojo actually managed to win that duel.
Yeah. That Berserkion play basically turned the whole duel. I feel like he put the big boy on the board and then like that gave him like the time he needed to draw.
Yeah,
the follow-up.
It's just he had such a poor opener.
He said Jojo too goated. Yeah, he turned that. He didn't attack the was it the Bahamut shark?
Yeah,
that's
chill.
pro right there. That's pro moves right there. Because a lot of people probably would have attacked.
Can't be given the Wota any room to make any Pepega plays.
Head's so big, he just dragging it around on the floor. Big head. So we got one for Kizuki here. And unfortunately, yeah, he is knocking Officer Lassie off the board. But you know, Officer did his job. So this leaves us with the finisher or Master X. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab some water.
Speaking of water, I do need some as well. Right. It's gonna be Master X right here with the Lodius. We have the
I gotta do my manual scoreboard update.
Yeah, you do.
It's about that time.
Did Jojo open a bit better this time? Because last duel's hand was kind of tragic.
Yeah, very tragic, honestly. Okay, I thought my game froze, but this is super standoffish. He is gonna book it to make sure he doesn't
Jojo, no monster, no starters again. Not even an alpha this time.
I know,
You
right?
could have liked that alpha right now.
So no fusion to deal with. It definitely feels good as a magnet player probably to not have to deal with the Shiberta turn one. Jesus, leave my graveyard alone.
Just likes to go burr about
right?
it. Oh
it's like,
my.
It's like I didn't even want to go to this concert. I don't even like Melodious.
They're playing orchestra music. I don't like orchestra music.
This music.
I did not give my consent to this.
So another chance for
Another chance to force the music down the magnet's throat.
yeah, really though.
Is that what's happening right now?
It's happening. It's happening. Shapina about to do her
Oh
thing.
no.
And
Oh no.
This type of hand I feel like is tragic for magnets because we ain't seen a monster and like a lot of that back row could be like MSTs
Revival
and
traps.
yeah, revival traps. Like what do you It'd be nice if you can use the other opponent's graveyard, right? At least
I
as
know.
some defense. At least for some defense.
Goes into Muzarta. Interesting. Does he have a Skorpian in him? Forbidden Chalice. Nope. Book of Moon. Muzarta is gonna resolve, probably gonna summon the Skorpian. Yup. It is not looking good for our boy Jojo at all.
Right. Yeah, he's kind of have to sit there and be a little humble until he can actually get some monsters going at least. I mean, so far we don't really see an OTK possibility quite yet. So he is maintaining okay for, you know, how tragic the situation is right now.
It is.
Skorpian gonna do her thing for funskies.
You know you're gonna get back the Soprano.
Alright, we got Shiberta.
Yeah, he's already 15 lethal on the board, and the
Yeah,
magnet hand is really, really
definitely.
bad.
Yep, so you just force him back row here. But
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
another book buys him some time, but it's still not looking good for Jojo because he's still so far behind on tempo.
yeah,
And that
with him-
Shiberta is just gonna get flipped up, go
Yeah.
burr again.
I feel like, yeah, it's good that he was able to book it. So if he did get that one monster, she can't just vanish and ruin whatever he has going for him at the moment.
Oh my
well,
The MSTs and it's a
about that.
necrofusion.
see
That
the way
is
his
so
graveyard
sad.
is set up. See the way his graveyard is set up. We got Shiberta number 12.
Oh, this is just doomed.
So that
Jojo
one
just sees
monster, he
all the
could've-
green cards in his deck.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I don't even want to play this card. So very unfortunate situation for our boy Jojo. He's definitely getting the worst end of the magnet.
Oh,
I guess
this was
RNG
no-
today.
Yeah, it is better to brick in the mad matchup.
True.
Makes sense. And Jojo unfortunately loses it, but still.
Schubert.
Having somehow won. Having
Some
somehow
asterisks.
won that
That's
game
right.
against water. Like,
Magnets
still a
putting
big
numbers
W.
on the boards.
6-5. Pretty close war so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty close knit with Kizuki just maintaining that advantage. So it's not too close,
Yeah.
but you know, it's
Honestly,
still
all on the
close.
back of Mike's streak with Melodious.
I think I took away the wrong deck. Here we go. Bam. Knees are heavy, balls are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. Truer words have never been said in my life.
Random Eminem in the Twitch chat. Just out of nowhere. Someone just had to mention the... Anyway.
The highlight of that comment, mom's spaghetti. It's ready.
Yup.
It's ready. It's always ready. So
Okay.
Let's duel.
Jojo Yami Yugi 20 cards. Is BBRB, but this time from the side of Kizuki. Is this it?
Alright, we got Abyss Actors.
False, false. It is Abyss Actors indeed.
Alright, I am back.
Hey. Hey,
Is
hey.
Masterix gonna do the same thing that was done to his team's
That would be
Abyss Actor?
that would definitely be some
Yeah.
sick irony right there. I'm ready for
Right? It would be the no you.
that anime clock back.
We'll see.
Oh my
but
god, I think he's doing it.
Oh man, it's happening.
there's
Card for card, move for move.
Looks
but-
very cute though.
Does he have the Chopina? Nope. No
Perfect
Pina.
setup for him.
Soprano gonna get back the Sonata. He still has his normal summon. Is this? I think it's the OTK again, but from the other team.
my,
Like-
how the tables have turned.
But again,
How the turntables. If anyone
How
has
the
watched The Office.
turntables.
Right, man.
depends on where Jojo has his goal.
Alright, we got. What's this? Is that Bloom?
It is the Bloom Prima. No, he just needs a
Oh,
normal
Bloom
summon.
Prima, that's right. You do need a Maestro monster for that one. And a Reborn
Or just
monster.
that, Monster
Jesus.
Reborn. It's back the Muzarta. And a back row.
Dang.
Double back row.
Yeah.
This is looking like a fast kill.
There go the
Oh
sassy.
no, there's no delay. Well,
I saw like no delay at all, unless Jojo's gonna give us the surprise kite road right now.
true. Imagine this man is such a chat. He's like, yo, I toggle off.
And then the surprise kite road.
Oh, here it goes.
The wild cope is gonna search. Oh wait, he needs. If he has a Madonna in hand, he survives, doesn't he? Doesn't look like it though. And he's just dead.
Masterix avenging his fallen teammate with the clap.
And we are tied up.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Toxic Nightmare.
Yeah,
So
both
tired
Melo
of being
opened the OTK hand against Abyss Actors.
So
And Abyss
Masterix
Actors, both Abyss Actors could just set Sassy Rookie pass. It was pretty bad.
sitting super comfortable. Unfortunately, I feel like JoJo just had it rough, like just all
Yeah.
around. Like whether it was just the
Fortunately, JoJo
situation
just
that
got
he put in,
sacked.
or just the cards that were given to him in that situation.
Very, very
Yeah.
sad.
Very, very rough.
4
Yeah,
decks left for each team.
Masterix looking super promising right now because you know, no lost, 2 wins in a row. Even the game is even out, so if he could carry this momentum, he could definitely take it for, you know, it could be anybody's game right now. And here we go from scratch. That's exactly what it feels like a bit, because there was a huge momentum that your bro Mike Hoke created, and kind of it is slowly but surely, like a couple of +1s, like as far as wins go here and there, and definitely brought it back. So we got King Zinho going in.
King Zinho, the man. If he can't do it, no one can.
We got Melodious versus Ties That Bind, possibly. Okay, so we got we opened the Elder Canahawk, so already looking super promising for King Zinho. What did he banish? I missed the banish.
Stuff happening quick.
He banished Winda with the effect of Canahawk.
And then
He
his
opened
first
Elder
banish was a
Canna 'cause he owned
billion.
Jesse. Golden Lord
Yup.
this deck. I thought Golden Lord, that Eldritch is not in, we don't have Eldritch in Duel Links.
All's false, it's not the best deck.
Dude,
Knowing
I saw,
deck.
I
Set
thought
5,
it's
activate
Bristol,
skill drain.
I'm actually
Yeah,
Like a
right.
skill
I
drain.
was playing. What is it? I was looking up decks online. I came across this meme with the Eldritch guy, and he had like a do-rag, and he had like, since he's like gold-plated, he had like all these rings on him. It's hilarious. I was like, yo, I didn't really think about like how like iced out that guy is. The Eldritch, the boss monster. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy deck too. And people hate traps and Duel Links. Imagine Eldritch in Duel Links.
Yeah, activates, flips up skill drain. Get gated pal, can't play the game.
Alright, complain to Konami.
Imperial Wars are coming by.
Oh yeah, that card is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, like for me.
Imagine playing a deck that needs to play spell cards. Sucks to be you.
Yeah, right.
Whip of Imperial Order.
Eldritch the Hood Lord, exactly. Epic show.
This is actually my life when I play Sky Striker.
That's how I feel when I play Eldritch.
I
feel
feel
like
for
a
you,
Hood
dude.
Lord. I just tighten my do-rag up and I just let those traps roll.
So summoning solo, of course, special summoning it.
So he's
So
sending the
it's
Han
still a-
Solo for the Chopina.
Han Solo. Han Solo.
Oh, he gonna
Anyway.
add the Han Solo back. Let's go.
Anyway, so Kizuki has a pretty ridiculously good end. Like Elder Hawk going first. Doesn't get much better than this.
Oh, she's back. Just change
He
her
adds
twister.
Han Solo, but someone's Han Solo again. Triple back row?
But does he have more?
Yo,
Just
two is the magic number for Masterix. He always got 2 back row.
Mm-hmm.
2 back row for everything. If he ain't got no monsters, he always got 2 back row.
And 3 hand traps. It's just he has 2 back row.
I know, right? 2 hand traps,
Right.
2 back row, 2, 2, 2,
Force-
2, 2.
Forces the tag out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that card is it's definitely something you don't expect, but it's there. It's like an option that's always there.
Yeah,
This is looking really rough for Masterix, honestly.
We'll see though. It also depends on the kind of tricks he's playing. But if we compare it, for example, with the build we've seen from Mike, I do think
I think Masterix has the Nibiru.
the
Wouldn't that be nice?
pretty.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Go second, they get a star base with Nibiru. They keep summoning, and you're like, psych!
Psych.
Yoink everything.
Nibiru, it's like they made it a meteorite and it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, everything you're doing is getting blown up by a meteorite. Oh, he does have the Rimpingu.
But I was thinking, like, I'm
But-
not sure he would play Floodgate there or something.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see the test for Master Race, but I know Floodgate is one of the cards you can see eventually.
I'm
in the
confused
Vargas.
because in the turn, maybe, yeah, he had the. I feel like he did have the Rimpingu and he didn't go for it. So, Maybe because he already had the Apelio in hand, maybe. Oh, Floodgate.
Return.
Oh, nice. So now he's able to tag out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You said it's a dog. Great point.
Is he able to? Didn't he special summon both Rampingu?
Yeah, because he puts the monster in the banish as the cost.
Exactly.
Oh, he hasn't special summoned Winda this turn yet. Okay, so that
Yeah.
works. Yep.
Exactly.
So
I thought he already summoned
good,
Winda.
really good
That's
play
a
around for
very
King
good return
Xenio.
there.
Smart
Honestly,
man.
King Xenio is putting on a Ritual Beast clinic over here.
Oh,
This is
yeah, dude,
really
this
good
is-
plays.
This is really good, refreshing to see. That was a nice little tag. That was a nice way to use return. I mean, even though he didn't get the monster off of it, still was able to play around the Floodgate.
And I think
Yeah.
we're just gonna go for like one ulti Apelio to at least get rid of Shapina. Then
That's probably the play here. Balances the back row to make sure there's no more annoying floodgates. Because floodgate is usually like, it's usually not very effective against RB, unless it's like, unless you catch them super off guard. But like
Yeah.
King Zero, like he knew what he was expecting. He was pretty ready with that RB return.
Yeah, Mastrix was definitely looking to lock some board down at least to keep those tag outs under control. King Xeno was like,
Don't
"Nah,
see a
fam,
Pilio."
not today." And that was definitely a delay. I'm definitely picking up some hand trap.
Yeah, it
action
could have
going
been
on.
a score, but scores like does nothing against Ulti Apelio when the Ulti Apelio swings in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a normal summon that turn, but like I guess he's just keeping a room open to guarantee he can tag out. Tags out into the Elder and Rampingu.
he has two choices. You get rid of the Elder or you get rid of the Rampingu.
I mean,
Hitting the Elder, that means you're not taking care of your parents. That's a bad sign. Getting
What?
rid
Tax
of
the
the penguin.
Rimpingu, really?
You just get rid of like
Really?
an animal, which maybe you have a few that do like the penguins.
I feel like he's been avoiding trying to activate the Rimpingu effect because he already had the Elder. What is it? The Apelio in the grave. So I really feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe you should have got rid of it.
Yeah. The
Maybe you
thing
should
is,
have
like,
got rid of the
Rampingu
Elder.
is quite a funny card because it ends up being exactly like Kanahog, but what you do is like you banish an extra deck monster.
Yeah.
And
yeah, at
for
this
that you
point
have
though,
to-
I don't even know if he needs to banish anything from his deck. Like he has
Yeah,
everything. at his
I think
disposal.
too
Yeah.
because a lot of the ritual. I feel like a lot of ritual players like extra deck change. Like they used to accommodate like being able to activate the Rimpingu a little easier because they would run the third Apelio. But I think they made room for the exceeds.
XYZ plays,
So
yeah.
they
Which we-
kinda-
speaking of XYZs, we might actually be seeing an XYZ play right
Yep,
here.
and
Yep.
There we go. Because he ain't running that. Because he didn't activate that Rimpingu effect. He got that juice in the extra, and it's a 70. The ritual beast
I
and
believe
spiders.
he's in a. I believe he has a Lara in him. He searched it earlier this
Yeah,
duel.
Laura. Yeah.
Honestly, really well played from King Zenu so far. Very clean gameplay.
Right,
absolutely
he's
just
not really like
slowly
overextending either,
dismantling.
Just
Yeah.
solid gameplay. I'm enjoying this.
Slowly
So-
just dismantling this melodious board, slowly and methodically. And King Zenu is going to put his team back in the lead. Now, with only 3 decks left at their disposal, does Toxic Nightmare have an answer to the RBs?
We'll see with Master Race as a second.
Yep, there goes the Bond Masco change up.
King Zenu flexing a little bit. He really did not need to do that. Oh no!
I mean-
Okay, he kind of needs to do that.
Oh my god, the disrespect!
No.
My man
he
was
like-
like,
Man being a mathematician with this ulti Paddleton.
he's like, let me roll through your hood on my dolphin. So
Alright.
that's gonna put 7 on the board for.
I gotta send him a code after this game. He deserves one.
So it ain't over for Mastrix. I want to see how he does on a different deck. Because this is, we're getting some great. Oh, you know, I took away King Xeno's deck. I'm not supposed to do that. There we go. Alright, we're back in the.
Time for the next duel. As the Phoenix. We're calling out the heroes. Destiny Hero in action one time.
Mastrick is halal. What? What?
He's,
This is
I
too-
don't know what he's.
This is
Don't know what
so
he's
big.
talking.
Nah.
I kind of think I know what he's talking about, but
You know, at the end of the day, we'll all be
if he's
we're all
halal, then
being
I'm
toxic
chicken.
to some other players. Classic move. I'm able to, for example, trash myself. That's one thing I've done in the past. I sort of keep it, but I've moved on still.
Alright,
Anyways,
so
that's indeed going to
Clock
be
Tower
true.
Prison. You know what time it is.
Yep.
It's
It's
time
time
for
for
some
Ben
Clock
10.
Tower. Ben 10.
What?
Open the
I
Omnitrix.
don't know. I'm seeing a clock. That's one of the things I thought. I don't even know why I never thought of Ben 10 by seeing
Because it's
the
a
clock.
watch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
But
that's-
it's a watch, sir, not a clock.
Yo,
Well,
Big
it doesn't matter.
difference.
We're talking
It-
about time. Who cares? Come on.
Yo, we got Taha spamming the fantasy league. The fantasy league is back, by the way. So if you're trying to get those points from great players like Mastrisk or King Xeno, you should definitely hit that exclamation point fantasy in the chat and check it out. It's in the Discord. Yeah.
Exactly. Also being a big chance to be able to play with top players who are participating in Team Mascot. Feel free
Edit
to check
come.
it out and participate in.
Link edited now, lol.
I'm going fast with the edits. So 2 sets only on the side of King Xeno. I think this can be very violent, is what I think. We'll see. Because we know there's one MST guaranteed on the side of Mastrix. He did not want to use on the back row though. Which I think is a good choice,
Maybe
especially like
he's-
all.
Might have been chilling to see what he will top deck first.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. 100%.
If that's an ambush, for example, it's not activatable yet, so he doesn't need to worry about MSDing it early.
That is good.
So here comes Mr. Celestial.
Celestial, but it's not Celestial unless you send it to the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Although he still has a good effect, even if you have it on the field. If there's like a face-up field spell or a continuous spell,
Yeah,
you can
using your
actually destroy
Celestial
it.
to pop a Celestial to pop a Galloping Gaia after you've cleared the Gaia some way is actually hilarious.
Yeah. Like
They just sit there helpless and lose their field spell.
Celestial's like the card you use for draw power, but it has like that kind of niche ability, right, to just pop the face ups and just deal with random things that deal with like Necro Valley and things that just really stop you.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we got that MST.
Alright, this man
Um,
finally going for
In
the
his main,
MST.
okay, he's not doing it on his field card. I was gonna say it's not even that like big of an
Ooh.
advantage game. So yeah, definitely get the back row out the way. Oh, chain mass
Ah.
change. Oh, this is about to get scary.
Also prismatic mass change. Look at that.
Oh yeah, this guy's a hero for sure.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't MST earlier if he was gonna choose to go aggressive. I guess he wanted to see what the back row was first, maybe? See the delays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double
Oh,
check it's not
so
a
he's-
bluff.
All right,
So that's still whistle.
If I see that, like I'm thinking he doesn't have the other MST for the field card.
Yeah, because
By
it
the
means
way-
it's just emptying his graveyard.
Yeah,
Just
pretty much.
Imagine, by the way, the man has like 2 mass change in hand right now.
Oh yeah, and he's definitely about to grab one out the deck if this monster dies. Oh, but he locked his board down.
Yeah.
Unless
No,
he
he
has
has
another face
two-
down, yeah.
he has one
Oh
mask-
my god, okay.
Wait a minute.
He's this guy. He's gonna attack directly. Activate my forbidden chalice.
Nope.
It's coming.
No forbidden chalice at all.
Wait,
sir.
no? What? Ah!
I was so ready for a sec. I was so ready for
ready,
a
bro.
second Mascot chalice.
I'm ready for the
I
big boy
was so
beat
ready.
right now, man. What the heck? so
Oh my god.
And Twitch.
this is a weird situation because I mean it's obviously window, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, the direct attack was definitively good for because I mean, even if you say, yo, I want to attack the Window Destroyer and you get a mass change, you do accelerate, but at what cost?
Oh no, was this the right time to Tretch?
I mean,
It might have been a bit
yes,
too
'cause
I'm
you
go-
really slowed him down.
Oh,
Because-
he did?
Because like I feel like if he would have went through that combo, like usually they try to end on he would have definitely went for the Alta Canahawk stuff, and I feel like that would probably maybe the time to go for it.
Yeah,
Because at least he would have
maybe
maybe
it's-
dealt with the wind in the way that he dealt with the window. But I feel like right after he special summoned, then it's like Tretch time because he wouldn't at least got the float.
This is an interesting situation because I mean he's gonna be attacking the battlefield.
I
to
could
then
even
be
go
able
to
to
say
get
that
the-
maybe he didn't even need to Tretch that turn, but I don't know because you do give him like the ability to kind of, I guess, replenish from doing the Alta Canahawk. So really just trying to stop the. I think just stopping the window was the problem there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Winda will have it eventually, Winda, but you really don't want to let Rachel Beast begins combo. So
Yeah,
having the
no,
card like
exactly,
Canahawk
yeah.
just banishing one card already, and then you start doing fusion will be enough of a threat, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But is this attack going to transfer that?
So he does have
Nope.
an ambush. So
The
this
ambush.
It's not a real big loss for him here because he can just attack
Well,
him with
actually-
the the monster that doesn't float. So
We forget one thing, you guys mentioned it before. Direct attack into Forbidden Chalice. Will it happen this time?
does he have it?
This is the moment.
Yes, he does.
No way.
Wait, what?
Say what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
actually.
Ah,
I'm like,
okay.
wait,
Lama!
Mamma mia.
Garush!
Wait, hold up. Did he
Third
miss lethal
anti.
last turn then? Or no,
No,
he set
no, he
Chalice
probably-
earlier, I
Yeah.
think. He set Chalice early, that's why he couldn't.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Lamau.
So
Triple
Mastrix-
direct attacks by Anki.
Mastrix denim King Zinyo's armor. Let's get it. This is good. This is good
And
stuff.
now it is 7-7. Neck and neck, this war is so close.
Very, very close.
Yeah, pretty
That was
big
actually a pretty good
mistake.
opener by like by the heroes. Fretch, multiple masks. Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, the masks definitely were carrying him because I do still think if he didn't have that last mask, that will have changed a lot of stuff. Alright, so for now we're gonna have to see what is the next deck on the side of King Xenia.
Alright, this is the rivalry Mastrix versus King Zinyo. The saga continues. This is the one right here.
RPMS one time. Oh, that's gonna be mine. That's 26.
Who's gonna be the first to put their team at that match point scenario?
True. We'll see.
Okay, we got the D-Draw.
Well,
Alright. King Zinyo going into the young MST.
yeah. trying his luck and see what he can destroy.
Oh wow,
because-
multiple MSTs.
Oh my god.
Can you guys update player scores?
I mean,
I'm doing my
think
best.
Magnus has a setup to go for lethal yet.
No, it's very like magnets need a like for magnets to go lethal turn 2, they need a very specific hand.
Yeah,
You would need to be with
I
like
think-
Berserkia on turn 1.
I think so too.
He top decks the Clock Tower Prison. This man really wants his monsters.
That's gonna change things a bit because the two MSTs were used on 2 cards already. You cannot really stop the Black Tower Prison, which will pretty much slow down even more King Z. Well, pretty much slowing down more Mastrix. But no, Mastrix has the free MST. He can decide to use against the back row if he wants, but I do think he's save it in case it is, let's say, a powerful rebirth. In that case, it will be able to negate the effect of powerful rebirth.
Yeah, true. Definitely catch it at that activation timing, but let's see if he's gonna set that up. So we got the delta.
Yeah. By the way, Dark, question from the chat. Update scores, please.
Yeah, I already did. Yeah, I'm just slow to update because I'm doing it
Yeah,
manually.
just add, I think add 1 point to Mastrix. So Mastrix 3-1.
He's
I
2-1.
think the score you're good.
Is it 3-1?
3-1,
2,
yeah,
4,
because
6,
it's 7-7. That's the only thing needs.
Okay, then that's what I missed there. Gotcha.
No problem.
Kings
Let's
Inhu
have
being
Kings
really
in.
patient. There's a big play draw phase. Did Kings Inhu get
Yeah.
another MST? Is he gonna try to go for game here?
No, let me see. Yeah, 3-1 terrific, because this is 7-7. 2 plus 3 plus 2 equals 7. Yeah, going for that insta MST on the clock tower.
Mhm,
Yeah,
yep,
making
there
sure
is.
that he doesn't even get that healthy graveyard. Yep. All right, we got Reborn the monster.
Reborn, and we've
Oh
seen
my
before
God,
there
the
was
disrespect.
Wait, he's going for
But-
game.
Yo, Real Dark
There was
switching
no
sides
delay,
on
but
us.
there's still a chance for Mastrix. Is this the one?
My man stole his graveyard. Oh no.
There's the stretch.
Oh.
DD's coming in.
Power for
Yeah.
rebirth.
Yeah, this is actually very finicky. This is very finicky. Can you Mastrix
Wait.
be forced
Is
to
he
go-
not dead now?
Mm,
He is.
Oh, true. He has a normal summon. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, that TPH was way too early.
Oh my god. You
Well,
were
I
right.
think it will have been eventually forced.
Yeah. Because he
I
has
Oh
don't
yeah, he
think
was just
there's
gonna die
much he
wolf
could
it.
have
Yeah,
done.
yeah, he was just gonna die wolf it actually. Yeah, because they were both
Yeah.
level 4s.
There
Unless he
could
doesn't
be-
play
yeah,
dire
there
wolf.
will have been a dire wolf exactly. So he thought about that.
I mean, I guess in this situation, honestly, you should just pray that your opponent actually doesn't play dire wolf for some reason.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just dead anyway. Kins in here, putting Kizuki back in the lead. In a roller coaster of a war, honestly. 8 and
really
7.
is, dude.
Very, very close.
So it's down to finisher. Coming in
Can
for
he
Toxic Nightmare.
finish
versus
it up?
King
Mhm.
Xeno. So either Finisher is going to be able to take out King Xeno and get into that last duel against Josie's. Or, you know, the road ends here for Toxic Nightmare. 9-1, you're cheating? Wow. We're going in. Let me see here.
My 2 Pegasus though.
Duel.
Alright, pretty solid setup. Gamma and double back row. So we got ourselves another magnet mirror. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta try, especially at the end. I think it is fine to do some mirror matches. Early on, it's also something finicky that some of the teams can go for if they want to have their own, for example, Magnus or Melodius, which are 2 of the decks that do streak a lot, and hope to win.
Oh, gonna be another magnet near this war. Easy who opened Gamma, but no other summon, unfortunately. Whereas Finisher actually opened up Gamma Alpha, 2 back row on each side.
Alright, he's got +1 magnet advantage.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, Gamma can only not special summon Gamma from here. Oh, books his own Gamma. Interesting.
Yeah, it's super finicky.
Oh wow, he catches a powerful rebirth. Oh nice. What a debate.
Nope, it's an MST.
Hits a Book of Moon. Takes 300.
What a weird start.
So basically he paid 300 to get his back row popped.
Yeah. But honestly, that way of using Book of Finish is very clever. 2000 defense, so why not make use of it?
The thing is, maybe it was actually better to book the Alpha, though. You think about
I mean,
it?
if he booked, yeah. I mean,
Because it's Finisher's turn.
It's
so
like
that.
Yeah. But there's one thing that needs to be considered. Let's imagine that Finisher goes for the beatdown. You'll have the Gamma and the other Gamma just, self-destroying each other. And
Yeah, but
then
King
maybe
Zinni was
have
gonna
some-
tag out anyway.
I don't like. It definitely sets up like 2 different things. I mean, since he had the MS, like if he had the rebirth back there, then yeah, I probably wouldn't Book of Moon then I probably wouldn't have Book of Moon the Alpha, but I can see why he Book of Moon his own monster.
Yeah.
And I guess he's not forced to tag. I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of a weird situation to create.
Keeping the Alpha booked means that Finisher
because I mean,
has one less
way,
tag out.
Either way it goes, right? It's still gonna go into the Delta at some point, right? I think that's where we're like, what do we? Because it just seems weird to just book it, like that.
Maybe the 300 damage is gonna be what wins him the
perspective.
game. Who knows? Another MST. So many MSTs so far this game. Is that a reverse trap? No, it's a floodgate.
And he has the field card, so actually, you know what?
Not a single
it's not
revival
like
trap.
super crazy for King Zinio because he doesn't have a. Oh, never mind. He does have a beta.
There is a beta.
I
in the
could
game,
have
but it was
swore he didn't have it. But yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
has
was
normal
milled by
summoned
the
as
ever
well.
faithful Delta.
The ever so faithful.
Yep. Goes for the Alpha Magneto Warrior. Gets the Berserkion.
Yep, Gorganic.
Yep, Gorgonic is a very big card in this matchup.
Yeah, and I think too, this is another layer of like effect negation. So that backed by like a Berserkion or something more powerful is just so annoying to deal with because you have to go through that 1600 beast.
It's actually a fun
Organic
interaction
Guardian.
we're about to see.
Guarding
Usually
all,
with the dirty
guarding
players,
all
this is
the
so dirty.
all the Whole Foods markets in your area.
Organic Guardian. Making sure your vegetables are always fresh.
I'm gonna get
Organic
the
Guardian.
when I need
this
green, when I need the
attack
finest
King
green
Zinni is
onions, I go to my boy Organic Guardian. The finest green onions in the bay. Corbage would have been OTK. Maybe he doesn't. If he didn't own Summon Gorge, maybe he's
Whoa.
not running.
Wait. Okay, he
Maybe.
hasn't used. I thought he was gonna. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I thought he was gonna
If
use
he did
the-
if Corbridge would intel that he's running
Gorgonic,
the
which he
spider.
doesn't
Corbridge would have been OTK only if the alpha was booked, no?
want. So,
Yeah.
So
But
does
maybe
it for
if he's
King's
avoiding
Game,
doing it, right? Then maybe he's not running the spider. Because I know some people don't run spider.
Maybe.
This
I
play
don't.
was very interesting for sure, because like I was thinking, is he like trying to reduce the attack to 0 to the alpha magnet, but he said no, I'm just going to bounce it.
He wanted to
And-
negate the delta, I guess, was more
Yeah.
valuable to him.
It sure is, because basically you're like slowing down the.
Yeah, there
magnet
is no
velocity
beta.
wave.
Yeah.
There is no beta from finisher yet.
Right, stop the mill instead, rather, because I mean they're gonna get the level 3s in there anyway, right?
Zinio is legally cheating right now. He knows his opponent's back row, whereas he punched the other Pegasus in the eye, so his Millennium Eye is no longer working.
Yeah, right. And then
The other Pegasus Millennium Eye.
one got robbed by Bakura, the other one got poked in the eye. What a tragedy.
Thanks, Dizzy. Thanks, bro. Glad you're here to see them. Another Delta that's gonna get negated yet again, probably.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah,
Not sure why it's an attack, not gonna lie.
I know he's a big boy.
Finisher is taking a
I think he
lot
just
of
wanted to
damage.
get
Delta
scared
Brave.
people, but yeah, the damage is gonna be painful. Yeah.
He's at 500 life
I
points.
think
Like,
though the finisher, he wanted to have the Gorgonic on the opposing side just to force, the two obelisks. Because let's say you want to go in defense, possible that King Xeno just lets it go through, then something is sent to the grave, and there will be one overlay kept on the side of that Gorgonic, which
maybe.
will have
That's
been
that's also a good.
I guess
that's a-
that could be true too. Like just forcing it to the
makes
grave,
sense.
and then he still got the he would have baited out a negate, I guess, right? To force him to get over it.
Mhm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's the beta finally, the missing piece for finisher to get his Berserkian going.
No, it's time.
His Millennium Eye is currently malfunctioning, so he is
Oh,
just
boy.
gonna go for the Berserkian.
And he's got some juice in here. I think he's got like
Yes.
3 pops.
Yes.
Yeah. 3
Yeah,
pops.
he does.
Oh, never
Look
mind.
of
No
money.
pops. Berserkion's gonna have a little silent reading time for a little bit.
Also, no delay from the block on the side of finisher.
Yeah, it's interesting. Makes you wonder. Is it like a floodgate, maybe? You see, he has one in the
Dang,
Dang,
graveyard.
he doesn't have any magnets, so that
Floodgate,
field card just sit.
Gorgonic.
Yikes.
He could also be playing around a potential floodgate from finisher. Because Kinzinhu knows the back row, we don't at the moment.
Oh, true.
The Berserkian goes back up. This time, no book again.
Ooh.
Berserkian is going to get rid of that magnetic field that was creating problems for finishers, giving a lot of advantage to Kinzinhu. And it's just going off. There is nothing? Is that a super buddy, maybe? Oh, it's a power for rebirth. Okay, that's pretty good, because if that's also a floodgate to summon this chain link too.
That is true.
So now he has a beta that's also can tag out. Finisher is using his Berserkion to clear the Gorgonic. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Like, it's just a vanilla at this point.
True.
Do you really care about it enough to
Yes.
waste a potential material?
Actually, what's true is that if there's
Yeah.
like a Berserkian on the hand of King Xenia, that's gonna be impactful because like this King, this Berserkian
It's
will
now gonna
be
float too if he tries to pop it. Yeah, killing the Gorgonic was, I would assume, a mistake. Damn, Davide going in on magnets right now. He is not a big fan of the deck, is he?
Everybody, yeah. I mean, power level can be I guess a credited to that, but I just feel like Berserkion is just uncontested and freely running around just off the pure fact that there's not enough back row to tell him to stop. That's why
Yep, there is the floodgate,
popping up
as we expected.
a lot more.
This
But
ball
now-
seems to work.
But now this Berserkion is annoying. He cannot really kill it right now.
I would definitely not expect a floodgate in a magnet deck. So they definitely got some surprise factor going on there. And
Yo, David, be the change you want to see in the world. You summon
be the change.
Valkyria next war.
All right.
We will allow it. Is Finisher? I mean, Finisher has the card advantage. He could, in theory, try to go for a deck out.
True. Let's see. Yeah, right. The Berserkion is there, so definitely his big boss guys.
Is there anyone who doesn't like pizza, to be fair? Like, just telling David he likes pizza. Like, everyone loves pizza. Who doesn't like pizza?
I mean, pizza is definitely not my go-to.
What the?
Yeah.
How
Ain't
is
th-
not?
it ain't that good.
Pizza's everyone's go-to.
Let's go.
It
let's
ain't
go.
that good. Oh
let's-
no,
let's go-
Dark. I'm
let's go to Korean
I'm discovering
barbecue.
some stuff about. I'm discovering some stuff
Let's
about
go.
you right now.
Let's go.
What
Oh, you
the?
can eat sushi. Let's go. Let's go eat something that ain't so dang greasy. I think I already had a fair shake.
Not liking pizza. Beer champ.
I know, right? I get that reaction from everybody.
Understandable. Anyway, Kinzinyu yet again, he has the info that we don't. He has the intel that
I
he's not
know,
willing
right?
to share.
King
Legally
Xenio's
cheating
information. He's like the
Alberta.
information's classified. We gotta get our CIA badges so we can see what's going on Finisher's Field right now.
Also, there's one thing, but imagine Finisher just going for the card. That could be another thing.
I didn't get anyone except yourself.
I bet you can
I
always
agree.
get an owl with that joke.
You activated Super Rush in Luna Lights in a Team Wars game. Okay, you have had your
Streamer,
fair share of
when
spies
is
then.
Master Duel Team Wars? Dude, imagine doing a Master Duel Team War. Like, how long would that last?
You know what?
Dude.
I will cry for that, but we'll see though. If the format is like, let's say you go one deck per player.
I'm
it's
only playing
doable.
solitaire format, nothing else.
I mean, is there a difference between Solitaire and Master Duel? I thought it was synonyms.
Yeah. The Master Duel
You
cards
just
have
sit there.
animations.
Big diff. Like, you just sit there while your opponent goes,
First to 500
What?
years.
How many negates do I want to set up this turn?
I think I'm gonna think I'm gonna set up 4.
I think I'm gonna set up. I saw someone playing yesterday Drytrons,
Dang, we would have
and I
to.
think he had one monster that negated like 7 monster effects by its own.
He said 5-3 lasted 3 hours and 30 minutes. Yikers.
It's time to boot League after the gate.
What we running?
Maybe.
What we running?
League.
We know we ain't in tank meta anymore.
Damn, you also play League of Legends.
Yes, sir.
Gosh.
I'll support you in anything you do.
What a homie. Dark is such a homie, not gonna lie.
You gotta be the homie out there.
Oh, of course
Can't
you
be
are.
out there putting negativity into this world because it's not a battery.
Gameplay. It's going for the Diamond Direwolf against the Berserker.
All right, we got.
Is he gonna pop the Berserkion? Yeah. Come on,
Scorpion
continue.
the
Share the
dirty
love,
little-
man. He has like this classified information. He has classified information of the opponent's back row.
He knows too much.
Yeah,
You know, he's
Shut
got
up,
like
Dan.
King Xenio's got like the CIA coming after him.
I know, right? He has so much intel that we
knows
don't
too
have
much.
access to.
there's a lot of stuff that could be commented. Because I was like, when he did Diamond Direwolf, I was like, he could have popped his own Berserkian to then go
No,
for
you
XPs,
can't.
right?
Oh!
Your first, like, if I read the card, they're like, you can target another card on the
Oh,
field.
I
so
thought
he
you
could
meant
target
pop
his
both
own Berserk.
Berserkians.
Ah, no. So, like,
Okay.
he selects his own Wolf, goes versus his own Berserkian. I just wonder if we will be able to special summon the.
Oh no,
monsters
Berserkian
from
only floats
Spanish,
if
but I
destroyed
don't
by
think-
opponent's card effect. Opponent's card effect, not yours.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get the float from the banished pile, so maybe it was not worth it.
A lot as well.
Oh, Lamau, he uses Super Buddy, is like, psych, he's back! And Berserkian is back on the board, but why is he in
Oh,
attack?
here it goes.
Yeah. Changes a lot of stuff.
Oh, there goes the Corbage we've been looking for.
If this was a Gorgonic though, that will have changed a lot of
Yeah, wait, why is it in attack? And where's the second Gorgon? And what?
Yeah. That might be an issue with the extra deck 100%.
Yikers.
I don't think this is a time limit loss, but it could be. But I think that was an issue with the extra deck because some of the people do not play 2 times the Gorgonic on a magnet.
Yeah, it's like a toss up between like having like that what is it, the Corbage setup, or having like multiple Guardians, or that's what it feels like. So
Yeah.
finisher.
I mean, it could be time limit or just scoop straight because I mean you
Can we ask if it was a
just
time
like
limit?
you
Can we
throw.
ask if it was a time limit loss?
Sure.
I'm asking right now.
Dark, is it you on the? You're in the Duel Links team, or is
Yeah, I'm talking.
Account, right?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm asking right now. It is.
it was a time limit?
Yeah, it is. a
Rip.
time limit. Yeah. Yikers.
Oh, maybe he was going for Gaia Charger. Yeah, if he does play that, that was also game. Because like whatever the face down monster was.
Dang. As a result
was
of that, that
lethal.
does put Josie's here. Now we're kind of at this 8-8 decision duel right here. Both team is time limit lose. Haha.
Yeah, it's an F. And now we're down to the last player from both teams. Josie's versus Finisher. Will he
Finisher.
finish the job? Bad joke, sorry.
Finisher.
Finish him!
Right? Like every time
Mortal
he comes
Kombat.
out, the screen goes black. It gets darker. You better hope he don't get you with the fatality.
Oh my god.
Like
Flawless
Mortal Kombat
victory.
music.
I haven't played. I think. I remember when I was so young, I played Mortal Kombat 4 on my computer. How old was that game?
Yo, that's the one where they crossed over into like the 3D thing, and they were all like, "Oh, my brain!"
Oh my!
I
That
remember
game
that
was
one.
released in 1997.
That's when I realized they were just having fun with that concept. That was that game. Like they would be
Remember there were
dislocating
some-
each other's body parts, and
I know, right? There were some finishers
there
that
was
were
a dude who had
absolutely creepy.
yeah, the one where the dude takes your leg and beats you up with it.
I know, right? Like, how messed up is that?
you know the creator. You know the creators had a ball with that one.
I know, right? Like he just
would
removes a
be
body
exciting to
part,
hear
and
the
like
music
while
while
you're
it's playing.
bleeding to death, he beats you up with it.
Your leg. It's like here, break a leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. You asked me to break a leg?
Here. Here, this is how I do it.
Sorry, I take everything literally, sir.
Terrific wants to hear Mortal Kombat music.
I'm not sure if we're even allowed to do that.
Yeah, I used to do that, Terrific, before, DMCA came and rolled on us. DMCA was like, yo, Twitch, you owe us some money.
Give me the
And then
cash.
Twitch came to me and was like, you be playing music for free. And I'm like, I'm broke. I'm broke.
They'll be like, false, you spend money on digital cards, sir.
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm broke by Konami already.
True. And then you're hoping that there's an open source music that you can actually play.
Yeah.
Imagine. But yeah, this is actually a good build from Finisher. Despite just one Dokka, just think the following. 3 back rows, you're well set.
Yeah, and
No
a beta
point.
in the graveyard. Oh, there comes the
Oh,
HHG.
harpies.
First time we see that skill activated this war, I
Yo,
believe.
I thought harpies
that
were like
Oracle.
rare, like you don't see them too often, and they just like fell off the map ever since the magnets attacked.
I don't know. I don't know if Harpy has been doing too hot in Team Wars so far. Have they? Oh, he hits the Book of Moon. Does he have the Swallow's Nest? The Swallows?
Swallow's Nest is
Nope.
really
Right? They have to.
Nope.
destroy the book.
Unlike the old days, they have to deal with every back row now.
Mm-hmm.
True. That is very true.
Imagine running for your problems for so long and then they finally catch up to you. That's what happened to harpies.
It's like the Harpies were like the Roadrunner, dude. You could never catch them.
Yeah,
Every
for
time
real.
you would catch it, it's like meep meep, and then
Meep,
activate
meep,
another
for real.
Swallow's Nest.
Exactly. There were like
Another Swallow's Nest to get
I
out.
summoned Harpy. I aim for your back row. Actually, my
You're
back
like-
row is a Book of Moon. Swallow's Nest. Beep, meep, meep,
Meep meep.
meep,
Unless,
meep.
Wait, does Joseph really not have any back row? There's no way, right? Like you summoned an Oracle. There's no way that's your best summon if you.
That's rough.
this is
But
not
the crazy thing is, too,
What?
is that
actually both don't have something to revive stuff.
In what world can you? Oh, I'm done.
Wait, why is? I mean, if he has
Maybe he was
an
just-
MST,
but-
I can understand.
Yeah, maybe it was, but like what? But like where?
This is not good.
right?
And you have to think, first of all, the Gamma just said, Beta said I'm gonna search for Gamma. You know this is bad stuff, this is lethal.
Yeah.
Alright, we got Malevolent Sin coming into play. Oh, he made lethal here. Wow.
Where's the problem, Skorp? The problem is that the Harpy player had 4 cards in his hand and the best summon he could have was Oracle? Like really? No back row? Nothing? Or was he really just hoping that he would not die? Like,
Yeah, it's coming right up.
trying to bait out back row with Oracle? I don't know.
Hold MST punish rip.
Yeah, because like the fact you mentioned he wanted to go for an MST in one of the cards, that he used the one of the revival, it will have been outed.
Yeah, he likely held an MST for the revival trap. That makes sense. But like, was his hand just MST and honestly, if he had MST, I feel like you just blindly MST and pray you hit the interruption.
But that, or you just set the card, you know, you're trying to set the cards to whatever is going to happen.
Finishers like this is the Gaia that you wanted to kill me with last duel.
Alright, Gaia charged up. Tired of all the blowouts in Team Wars today? Oh no.
Okay. I was actually thinking, what the heck are you doing? Xyz rank 9, no way, sir.
And wow, Kizuki Reborn are
damage.
now down.
Right? The momentum shifts in this Team War have just
You have
been, like,
one more repeat
mind-boggling.
though.
So that puts Kizuki at match point and finisher with the 2-up-2. X1 on the boy Josie.
Yeah.
Let me do my
Finisher with the 2-0.
manual scoreboard updates.
Yes, sir.
We don't have the
We're gonna
technology.
go back to the old days. Season 7, everything manual.
Yeah,
Let's
for real. Alright, so my scores are chilling. We got 8 to 9. These
Is there a
guys are
repeat
literally
of this one?
strangling each other. I don't actually. Yeah, there is gonna
I
be a
think
repeat.
there's another
Yes,
repeat
there
one.
is gonna be a
King
repeat,
Senior, by
and
the way. And yeah, okay, calling for the repeat, and also
Okay,
King
we're
Senior
in there.
2-1.
So match point in favor of Toxic Nightmare right now. Seems like we're reaching the climax of this.
what was
Awesome
Continuous
teamwork.
final score? 2-2?
He did 1-2. It was 2-2.
It'll be 2-2, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, nope. That you right. You right.
Now, Joses, you win first. Summon your damn channeler.
He's gonna need some teeth for the DLE.
There is no way you don't
Well-
have a channeler.
At turn
Okay.
1,
Sorry for the
Oh.
spoilers.
or a Harpy against Magnets, because Magnets have
Well-
no way to do default.
Well, I mean, he... Okay, watch this. He's gonna MST the right back row, and then he's gonna Alpha Surge Berserkia and have the 3 other materials in hand. And go for... Oh my god!
What is this opening? Double MST on the side of Teamster.
Double MST from the side of Joseph.
MST.
Mamau!
Well,
Well,
see the way my back row is set up.
this was a war of MSTs. That's what happened in this little instance. And oh,
And it's
finishers.
over.
So well said.
Yeah, I don't know. This, when I see MST and Harpies, it's, I don't know. Not a fan, and I feel like it's a dead draw sometimes.
I think it depends on the build eventually, but yeah, there were already these kind of instances sometimes, even with like the previous kind of RP.
He's
And Taha, read the correct script, sir.
Bro's god handing.
The issue
With
here
this-
for Joseph is going to be if he can sort of destroy the back row, or else he has to play just in hope to draw some cards and then see whatever's gonna happen. Even though he's like lacking of back row.
He's accepting his loss now. Yeah, he's probably writing his will. He's probably saying his goodbyes to his family.
Big rip.
He's telling his wife to look after the kids in his absence. Actually, he's summoning the Harpy lady.
Damn!
He said, "Good thing I didn't bet this war." Oh my god, chat is savage.
That's crazy.
Alright, Delta just milling, getting his mill on.
That's, oh my god.
Yeah, such a good opener though to finish, clearly showing that he has also the revivals. How much though is the question I have. Waiting for the beta here. Wants to get the surge.
This is...
Rip the 9-9 dream, yeah. Still a great battle either way.
For sure, for sure. Finisher wears his name for a reason.
Yeah, the F is for finisher.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat! I summon.
Organic
We got
Guardian.
Organic Guardian. He takes your effect
Organic
and
Guardian.
he takes your effect. He's like, get over here. Get over here. Berserkion.
Okay. Is this a Harpy's Feather Rest phase
Just
down?
re-
Damn, he
just-
did not even want us to see it.
Jesus Christ! Just
He was like,
ridiculous.
I'm out.
Really, there ain't no Mimi.
And just
No
like
Mimi
that, Finisher finishes it in style.
Yeah, that's just like that, bro. With that being said, 8-10, a really close-knit battle that was heavily. It felt like Kizuki was just about to wash things up and get things done with the mics. Start off amazing 5-0 streak. Was balanced out in the end.
Unfortunately.
So I mean,
Fortunately for Kizuki Reborn, despite Mike's really crazy streak over there.
right? Nothing more powerful than a duelist back to the corner. They
I
back
know,
to the
right?
corner.
Literally the
They
strongest thing in the
they
universe.
start playing like gods. They start drawing cards from outside their deck. It's crazy. It's insane. But yeah, before I let you guys go, we actually have, this stream is sponsored by a new show on HBO. It's called Raised by Wolves, so we're going to check out a trailer on that. So give me a second while I load that up on the screen for you. Be amazed. Be amazed. It's happening, people. Are you ready?
Alright, let's see.
Are you ready?
This side of the planet seems less intent on killing our children.
Wait, what are we doing?
Father once said to me, if you pretend to be something long enough, eventually you'll no longer need to pretend.
I fear we're becoming too human to be the parents that our children deserve.
We have to think of the future now.
Something wicked this way comes. What's done cannot be.
You need to form your own ideas. When the trust passes the baton, you'll be the one to take it.
I'm gonna convert them all, one at a time if I have to.
I miss being able to believe that there's someone out there listening. Someone with the power to make things all better.
When are we going to tell them what we discovered?
I have to keep my children safe.
I am the prophet. Nothing can stand against me. To be worthy of soul's loved children, you only need faith. And that is one thing that this robot can never take away from us.
Love is the death of us all.
What fun we're going to have today.
Wasn't that amazing?
That actually looked good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, now. Tell me why there was a guy who looked like he wore a do-rag on his face, because he looked like his face was all wavy. Tell me that. Explain me that.
I got no clue. Like, all I know is, like, I've seen a tractor that looked like Thanos, and I was, like, not understanding why. Like, he seemed blue. Maybe it's because of the light that was blue or something.
Yeah. Yo, from 15 to 50K, we out here, boy. Boy. So people are getting paid out because Kizuki. Actually, people bet 69% on Kizuki, but the winner was a 31% who bet on Toxic Nightmare. So they weren't the favorite to win either. So y'all balling out of control right now.
Some nice
let me get some
cash in
gems so
there
I
now.
can go out and eat, man. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, 90-10 difference of the 10% team won, dude. That's some mad
do
cash.
we have any
Great
other team
cash,
wars going
homie.
on right now, or is this the last one?
We do have one, I think. There's the one that is casted by ZDH.
Smogon versus Sun Clan is going on right now.
Yo, let me get that raid, mods. Let's get that raid. Yeah. So while that raid is loading up, yo, chat, where you at, chat? You guys, we all been here for a while now, man. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you guys don't know who I be, I am DrkNFear. If you guys want to see more of me, definitely check your boy out at Duel Links Lounge. Or, you know, any other Team Wars cast, because, you know, the season has just started. I got my boy Skorpian. Get over here. And we got Disturbia. Just disturbing the peace.
Get over here.
It's been a pleasure casting with you guys.
As always, man.
Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. It's Sunday, you
Thanks,
know.
everyone.
Go ahead and chillax and rest. Make some barbecue, whatever. I'm getting out of here, boys. Good night. I mean, good day.
Good night,
I say good day.
It's 11:50 p.m. here, sir. It's good night.
Oh, wow. It's 1:51.
Same for me.
My life is just starting. Take care, everybody. Where do I go?
Have a good
Starting
weekend,
soon.
everyone. Yeah.
We did it, boy.